Nick. Here it is again, power play 0 for 5 in this game, 1 for 25 at home, 1 for 43 in the last 8 games. The Leafs power play just keeps getting worse. 4 for 56, that is dead last, coming off last season's next to last ranking. Rock me like a hurricane, the Able Canes in Boston, both teams 500. Archers Urbe, 5 feet 8 inches tall. First period, Bruins get sloppy. Baskey turns it over. O'Neill, super pass to Gary Roberts. 100th NHL point for Jeff O'Neill. Here it is again. Baskey, the turnover, can't do that. O'Neill gathers. Watch Dave Bella maybe help here with the deflection. 1-0 Carolina. Jason Allison to the net. Sergei Samsonov in a bit too tight. Urbe stuffs it. Paul Maurice happy. Second period all season long. We see guys running into netminders. Keith Primo had 1 shot on goal and 1 shot on Rod Tallis. Right there, he would get a penalty. Late second, Carolina looks for some insurance. Robert Cron racing down, but Rod Tallis in for Byron Defoe. Makes the left shoulder save. He had 22 saves on the night. As for the Bees, lots of first shots, but no second shots. Trevor Kidd, melancholy, and the infinite sadness. Then closing seconds of the second. Jason Allison, one of his 3 shots. Once again cleared away by the Carolina defense. Early third, still 1-0. Samsonov again, looking for some divine intervention. Niftiness, quickness. Ooh, great chance right in the slot, doesn't get it. Trevor Kidd takes this job, and less than a minute left to go. The Boston net is empty. Look at Gary Roberts. Don't know if he meant to pass that or just throw it towards the net, but it was a great pass if it was. Ray Shepherd. Rock me like a hurricane. What Klaus Meine is to the Scorpions, Archers Urbe is to the Hurricanes. Oy vey Urbe. His goals against now 0.76. Second shutout of the year. This from a goalie who began the year 26 games under 500. Good day, Ray Shepherd. 325 career goals. He's in the top 100. Tying him with John Tonelli. Coming up, the weight of their world is off their team. Thus, the weight of the world is 4-0 last time he left you. Actually, it was 3-0. Ron Sutter made it 4-0. And look, Vincent Lecavalier, second NHL goal. Bruins Mike Vernon shut up, made it 4-1. But Marco Sturm came back and made it 5-1. So it's 5-1 Sharks. By the way, Ron Sutter now has 198 career goals. Moving on, still no Ziggy Stardust. The Islanders home to the Flyers. 2 refs on the ice, 2 refs in the stands. Give me 2 pina coladas. Flashback. December 11th of last season, Rich Pilon gives Eric Lindros his undercarriage. Little how's your father? Lindros thought it was dirty. Would the Flyers seek revenge? Pilon a marked man. First period, John LeClaire. Lindros' line mate runs at Pilon. First period, no score. The Bees are looking for his 26th win against the Islanders, robbing Brian Smolinski right there. Smolinski would score a goal later. Roger Nielsen, the festive time. Would it be an omen of things to come? Dream evil. Second period, no score. Smolinski feeds Ken Belanger for the goal. Former 7th-round pick of the Whalers makes it 1-0 Islanders. Later second, still 1-0 Mike Watts. Innocent shot goes off the skate of Chris Therien. Second career goal in his 23rd career game. Don't blame Therien. Blame the tie. 2-0 Islanders. Late second, 3-0 Islanders. More bad luck. Therien in front to Mike Maniluk. Hits the post. Tommy Salo smothers. Salo was born in Sweden, by the way. Third period now, 3-1 Islanders. Gino Ojic, bad pass here, right to Maniluk. And congratulations, Michael. Your first NHL goal. Cut the lead to 3-2. 5 seconds left in regulation. 3-2. Zalapukin. Oh, no. 3-2. I bet you have a lot of nice ties. 5 equal strength goals. The Islanders haven't lost to the Flyers at home in the last 6 games. 5-0-1. The Islanders are 5-5. Flyers suffer 2 injuries. Jody Hall left with a groin strain. Peter Svoboda left with an injured hip. As Zalapukin and Maniluk, as you saw, score for the Flyers. Smolinski, Watt, and Belanger for the Islanders. The wait won't be that long. It appears Doug Waite's knee is not as bad as originally thought. He has a complete tear of the MCL, maybe some meniscus issues, but the damage to his ACL is apparently not severe enough for surgery or to keep him out the whole season. A team in the league, the Penguins. Halfway through the first, Oilers man advantage. Pat Falloon, Kovalenko, Kevin Brown. 4th goal of the year, 1-0 Edmonton. That was Darius Kasparaitis, you saw, by the way, his first game back after being injured in the preseason. About a minute later, Edmonton shorthanded. John Sebastian Aubin with the puck. What is that? Boyd Devereaux puts it in. Too easy. Kevin Constantine can't believe it. Here it is again. Devereaux at the wraparound knee. Third goal of the year. 4:18 into the second. Billy Guerin sends the puck in. Kovalenko, after Guerin sends it in, not another wraparound. Where are you looking? Here we go again. Second of the year. Oilers up 3-0. By the way, late third period. Ryan Smith. Offensive rebound. Mike Greer is there. Edmonton wins 4-1. So they get Kasparaitis back, but you can see Jaromir Jagr leaves the game with a bruised chest. The Penguins' only goal came on the power play. Their last 11 goals have come on the power play. The best streak in the last 20 years. After an 0-2 start, the Oilers have won 5 of their last 7. The Panthers without Victor Kozlov for the first time this year. Bad shoulder after getting hit by Bob Probert in Chicago. Second period against the Devils. Dave Andreychuk. How many goals could an Andreychuk score if an Andreychuk could score goals? 525 lifetime. Make it another one. 522 lifetime. The other one was 521. Devils lead 3-1, but look at this. Late third, Jovo and Andreychuk. And Andreychuk hurt on the play. Devils are not hurt. They win 3-1. Panthers arrived 4 a.m. from Chicago. They were pooped the night before. So Andreychuk's 2, Peterson 1. Ray Whitney scored for Florida. Andreychuk is not expected to miss any time. The Devils have won 2 home games. Chris Terreri has won them both. Robbie Patorek has turned things around in Jersey, 5-2 in their last 7, and they'll have Niedermeyer back next Tuesday. Coming up, the 2 youngest teams in the league, the Canadiens and the Grand Ole Predators home to the Avalanche. Scoreless in the second, Sebastian Bordelot, slapper from the point, and I want to live where the green grass grows. 1-0 Nashville. 1-1 in the second, Greg Johnson from the same spot. Watch my corn pop up in rows. 2-1 Nashville, 2-2 third. Tommy Fitzgerald. Andrew Burnett in front. Good heart, soft hands, fast horse. 10 feet, call him bulletproof. Nashville wins. They have more wins than the Lanch. The Preds are 3-5-1. The Avalanche at 2-6-1. Mike Dunham, 41 saves for the Predators. Oh, Canada, the Canadiens and the Senators in Ottawa. And after a quick start this season without their unsigned players, the Canadiens have been dreadful since signing Savage and Ruchinski. But good news for the Canadiens as Shane Corson returns to the lineup. We go to Ottawa for the action. Pick it up. Face-off. First period. Sens already up 2-0. And watch Sean McKechnie take advantage of some sloppy and lazy Canadian defense. 10 shots, 3 goals. Jocelyn Thibault out of there. Those are Alexei Yashin's parents. They came to see Alexei score his first goal of the year. And you know what? He got it. Sens win 5-1. Mark Recchi, the only Canadian goal. After winning their first 2 games of the year, Montreal has won 5-2 in their last 8. By the way, Ottawa hopes to get Daniel Alfredsson back in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Time for tonight's question. Who are the only 2 rookies to score 5 goals in a game? Mark Parrish had 4 for Florida on Friday night, but 2 have got 5. The answer after these.
Here we go. Jeff Klutnow on Chris Osgood. Score!
Ahead here in full flight, cutting to the net, walking in, and scoring is Stevie Yzerman. McCammon back to the line. Shot! Keith Jones, and it's going to go in the net. Keith Jones blocked the shot into the net. That's why they signed him to the big free agent contract from Florida for reasons like this. First the tip in, then the point-blank shot. This is Boris Mironov. Snaking between defenders. Mironov score! Oh, what a highlight film goal that was!
McCarthy takes off the check-up Brashear, hooks it out in front of LeCavalier. Scored! Vincent LeCavalier took off the check and tossed it home behind Snow for his first NHL goal.
And McGillis, look out! Glass shatters, he was hammered.
Here comes Stevenson, wheeling down the left side. Centers it right in front. Oh, what a stop! I can't believe that save!
Oh, that's a pass. How'd he do that? Right on the stick blade of Adam Graves, and all he did was redirect it.
Lindros avoiding the check attempt by Red. Will feel the wrath of Lindros. Oh, and Lindros hammered Jagr into the
hardest hit I've ever seen. Verbeek battling hard to keep it in. The Nieuwendyk, he scores! There it is! Number 400 for Joe Nieuwendyk!
Rangers, Devils, Gretzky. Star number 3, Jeff Sanderson, 3 goals. A hat trick. Buffalo beats Toronto 6-3. Star number 2, Archers Urbe, 34 saves. He shuts out the Bruins 2-0 Carolina. And number 1 star, of course, Brady. That's why they gave him all that money to beat the Red Wings. 3-2 Dallas does in the Big D. Well, have a great Halloween, everybody. Thanks for watching here on the NHL Tonight. Back at you Tuesday.
Spackle. Let's see this one tonight. Senators win this one 5-4. Spackle, Dackle, spackled him.
Jeremy Roenick and the Coyotes only one loss in the current 5-game road trip, taking on the Kings. Third period, 2-0 Coyotes. On the rush, Donald Briere's shot stopped, but Roenick. Hey! There to put it home. Sound like rerun from the 70s hit.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
happening? Roenick's 4th goal as the Coyotes win it 3-0. Nikolai Habibulin, the Bulin Wall, earns his 14th career shutout. Nicely done. Well, the Cowboys' top gun, Troy Aikman.
Hits the side of the net. Marcus Naslund skates in, circles the net, and banks the shot off. Olaf Kolzig get into the net for the goal. The unconventional tally for Naslund. His 3rd of the season, 1-0 Canucks, and right now after 2, the Canucks have upped that lead to 3-1. Adrian O'Coin has scored, and Brandon Connery has scored his first. Caps are 0 for 24 in the power play over their last 6 games, and Lowe just 3 for 37 on the season, 2nd worst in the league.
Richard Krajicek captures the...
Hockey for you, Senators and Flyers again, and again Ron Hextall in the nets. John Wiesbrook taking the night off. First period, no score. Jason York says that must change. Slap me. Goes down low and beats Hexy. Not exactly a powerful shot, but it goes in. York's first of the season, 1-0 Ottawa. Third period now sends up 3-1. Flyers dig the puck behind the net. Dan McGillis shoots. Eric Lindros, gobble. His 8th, tying him for the league lead. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Same score later in the third. Lindros, centering pass. Mike Maniluk will now come up with a great touch pass to John Leclerc, who puts it home. His 6th. We are knotted even at 3. Minutes later, former Flyer Vaclav Prospol gets behind the net. Looks for Steve Martins. Centers it out, and Martins beats Hexy. 4-3 sends Martin's first goal in only his 2nd game of the season. 5 seconds left now. Still Flyers down 1. Rod Brindamore to Chris Gratton. Damian Rhodes, not today. Stuffing him as time expires. The Sens win 5-4. Sean McEachern, his 4th goal and his 3rd in 2 nights. John Leclerc had 2 goals, his 6th and his 7th. The Flyers have now dropped 3 straight and have only 1 win in their last 6 contests. Flames and Blackhawks, it's the Theo Fleury show. Theo skating up ice, coming in, lets it fly, and he scars. His 5th of the year, 1-0 Calgary. Still in the first. Flames on the power play. Phil Housley gets it to Theo Fleury. Great idea. Soft goal, but it still goes in. His 2nd of the game, 6th of the year, 2-0 Flames. Late first period, 3-0 Flames. Tony Amante to Dan Clary. Ken Reggett says, not impressed. One of his 24 saves. Theo Fleury would later add his 3rd goal, a.k.a. a hat trick. And Calgary wins it by the final of 4-1. Hat trick number 13 in Theo Fleury's career, his 2nd of the season. Chicago has now lost 3 straight games, and they've been outscored in the first period this season 16-6.
Rams, Falcons, back to the ice for the Coyotes and the Kings. 2nd period, 1-0 Yotes. Kings on the power play. Rick Tocchet to Greg Adams. Great pass, back to Tocchet, top shelf goal. 2-0 Coyotes. Later in the 2nd, same score. Kings break out 3-on-3. Glenn Murray to Yannick Perreault to Vladimir Siplakov, but Nikolai Habibulin says, I don't think so. On the doorstep, Nikolai Habibulin making 31 saves for his 14th career shutout as the Yotes beat the Kings 3-0. The Coyotes finishing their 5-game road trip with a 3-1-1 mark. Rick Tocchet, 4 goals and 4 assists in his current 7-game points streak.
Back to the
in the third, same score. Flyers taking control here. John Leclerc, his 2nd of the game. 1-goal game. Final seconds, Flyers attacking. Damian Rhodes shuts the door. Great save on Chris Gratton. Covers up and holds on. That's your final. The Senators have won 3 in a row. Former Flyer Vaclav Prospol had 3 assists. The goal for Eric Lindros ties him for the league lead with 8. To the fabulous Forum. Coyotes at the Kings. Jyrki Lumi, the pass in front as he skates around the net, and he beats Manny Legacy for his first goal of the season. Great effort first goal of the game. Still in the first, the Kings' Josh Green. The wraparound try in front of Luke Robitaille, stopped by Nikolai Habibulin. Second period, still 1-0 Coyotes. Rick Tocchet gets the pass, fires it. Pass Legacy, shorthanded, 2-0, more Coyotes. Daniel Briere's shot, saved by Legacy, but Jeremy Roenick right there for the rebound goal. His fourth. Third, 3-0. Kings Vladimir Tiplikov to Green. Habibulin, the point-blank save. 14th career shutout. That is your final. The Kings out shooting Phoenix 31-28, but Habibulin stopping 31 shots. Jeremy Roenick and Rick Tocchet both notching their fourth goal of the season for the Coyotes as they move past LA for second
playoffs. Be interesting to see how the players react.
How many fights have you and Jeff got involved in? Not growing up as kids, but rather on the ice, because it's not that far-fetched to see brothers duking it out on the ice. I think it was the Primos.
Yeah, the Primo brothers.
Right?
Yeah.
Last
Wayne
year,
and
was
Keith
it?
Primo
Jeff and I haven't done that yet.
Yet.
Doesn't
The keyword was yet.
We're still playing. There's a chance.
Well, there is a certain fight you'd like to show us under that Fox scope.
Yeah, there is. We're going to go to the scope here, and we're going to go to Windsor,
Ontario.
Canada. Yeah.
Do they fight any different up there than they do here in the States?
We're going to see
We're
a
gonna
little
check
show
it out
here.
because.
All right, let's take a look at that under the Fox scope.
Acura presents this Fox Sports News Fox Scope.
Here we are in Windsor. A 5-on-5 brawl has broken out. It happens once in a while. You know, the young guys, they want to scrap. The problem really isn't the 5-on-5. It's this big fella right here comes out 6'7", 265 pounds and drops a guy. He's all fired up. He's dropped this guy. Now he's going to come over here. He's going to take his helmet off. Now he's looking for more. He's pumped up. They got to take the caffeine out of the dressing room. Here he goes. He finds his next victim. But this kid, out of the corner of his eye, sees this guy and he's off. He's going to the bus. Here goes Kugel here looking, I don't know, a little weak on his victory dance there.
Well, Jeff Kugel is 6'7", 265 pounds. I guess you're going to run away from him or skate away.
No kidding. He's got to work on that dance after.
As far as you are concerned, you're about to reach a milestone next month with your 1,000th game, which would put you and your brother as the only brother combination to ever reach that level. It's going to be special for you.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. Jeff played his 1,000th game last year. I'm just about to reach mine, about 18 or 19 games away. It's a special moment for our family, and hopefully we can do it on time.
December 12th, the date. Mark it on your calendar.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have. Thanks, Russ. Appreciate your Fox Scope tonight and all your work. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
By the way, Jeff Kugel was banned for life from the Ontario Hockey League for that fight.
That doesn't mean he's banned from the NHL.
No, he could get in there.
Sure, why not?
The Ontario Hockey League, he won't play again.
Right.
Our guest scopers for the next 3 nights will be Cami Granato, John Davidson, and Craig Simpson. Simmer is coming back.
I've heard that name.
And coming up next here, we'll be back.
14 years, 934 games, and 88 playoff tilts. That's how long and how much John McClain meant to the New Jersey Devils. Open up a New Jersey media guide, and Johnny McDevil owns almost every important career offensive record for the franchise, so you can understand the drama that surrounds his return to the Meadowlands tonight, especially since McClain will sport the sweater of the Devils' most despised enemy, the New York Rangers, and there's McClain, and it just didn't look right to some folks. First period, Rangers on the power play, 2 great passes. Gretzky hits the side of the net. John Muckler in search of offense. Later in the first, Devils on the power play. Brendan Morrison beats Mike Richter. Devils up 1-0. Morrison's second of the season. Second period, Devils on the move. Brian Ralston finds Jason Arnott in the crease, and how does Richter stop that puck? That obviously inspires his teammates. McClain cycles to the slot. Kevin Stevens, and yes, rebounding well. Later in the second, Scott Stevens hammers a rolling puck that knuckles under Richter. The first goal by a Devil defenseman this year. Devils up 2-1. Third period, Rangers looking to tie it. McClain gets worked over by Bobby Holik. McClain comes in and fires, but look at
the battle continues in neutral ice.
Later, there's McClain. Chance for the winner. Stoned by Martin Brodeur. 1 goal isn't enough for Muckler. The Rangers lose again, and boy, do they need some offense. Can you say Pavel Bure?
A lot of people are saying that.
They need some kind of help. in New York. Devils' first 3-game winning streak since a 5-game streak in March through April of last season. Meanwhile, New Jersey, Scott Stevens, a goal and assist in his first goal by a Devils defenseman, as I mentioned, this season.
The two-time Stanley Cup champion Red Wings were on a roll until they skated into St. Louis and Dallas last week and skated out of those two towns with losses to the Blues and Stars. Tonight, Red Wings back home in the Motor City trying to douse the Flames and also trying to improve to .500 since Scotty returned to the Red Wing bench. Champs just 2-3 since Bowman reported for duty back on October 23rd. Tonight, Scotty was looking for some offense from the Red Wings. Igor Larionov trying to spark him. Ken Reggett full of denial, and the same against Martin Lapointe. Game was scoreless. Then Chris Osgood had to step up to match Ken Reggett's play in the pipes, and he did. Turning away a couple of Flame shots to keep the game scoreless in the first period. Later in the first, the gloves were dropped off the hands of Todd Simpson and D-Mac. McCarty coming off a bruiser of a battle Saturday night in Dallas that required 14 stitches to his face, and then he got right back into it with Todd Simpson. They went down. Mac was showing the blood. Simpson was done for the night. Lost his jersey. Automatic ejection. Second period, 1-0 Flames when Corey Stillman put in Fleury's rebound. One of 2 goals on the night for Corey Stillman. And the Flames in their drought against the Red Wings. They were 0-6-2 against Detroit, but that drought is over as they pick up their first win against the Wings since October 11th of '96. All 4 of Calgary's wins this season have come on the road.
You know, during a week in which we are going to use a lot of different NHL analysts each night, tonight we go to one of the stars.
All right there, courtesy of Darius Kasparaitis, as he rocked Eric Lindros back on March 7th of last season. The hit gave the Flyer captain a concussion and blew him out of the Flyer lineup for a total of 18 games. Well, that set the table tonight for Big E to exact a little revenge on one Darius Kasparaitis as the Flyers skated into Pittsburgh's Igloo looking for a rare victory. Darian, a target of the Big E. Let the highlights reveal. First period, Flyers already up a goal when Lindros took the LeClaire pass and beat Peter Skudra for his 9th of the year and a 2-0 Flyer lead. Later in the first, Philadelphia up 3-0. Maxim Galanov beat the Yzerman. Pins down 3-1. They were coming back because 7 seconds later, Jaromir Jagr with the rebound, his 4th of the year, and it was now a 1-goal Flyer lead. Then Kasparaitis taking Big E down. Wow, you think he'd be dodging it, but no. The headlines telling the story, we'll see. Second period, Lindros with a chance to zero in. The high stick hit Kasparaitis in the eye. No blood, but it didn't feel too good. Galanov later ripped one past the Beezer. The Penguins down 3-0 at one time in this hockey game rally to pick up a point in the standings and keep the Flyers, a very unsuccessful hockey team, in Steeltown. Flyers with 1 victory in their last 18 visits to Pittsburgh, and they're also winless in their last 4 games.
We welcome back in our guest, Fox Scoper. No skates on tonight. Russ Cor.
He's a guy you really got to have your head up when you're on the ice because he comes across hard and he's a solid guy and he's obviously shown us what he can do when he makes contact.
Yeah, we've seen.
Yeah.
All right. But let's put Eric Lindros tonight under the Fox Scope, Russ.
Acura presents this Fox Sports News Fox Scope.
Here we go. Pittsburgh has no pressure, and John LeClaire makes a great play here. He steps up, turns the puck over. He's got the puck here. He's going to move it over. And then Philly's new lucky right winger, Mike Melnick, he slides it back to John LeClaire, who takes a shot, misses the net. And everybody forgot about Eric, and he's over here on the other side of the net, and you don't want to give him any room, and he just does what he does best and puts it home. Now we're going to go here, and Philly's trying to clear the puck. John Van Beesbroek's trying to move the puck up because of the change there, and Titov read the play really nicely. He picks it off, holds the puck, And here comes Jagr into the zone where he doesn't miss. And what a great pass that Titoff made here. And he fired it home. Those two guys, they don't miss from that range.
Exactly, and you thought it was your day off, but actually you're doing a little scouting on some future foes in the Eastern Conference there.
Seeing these guys score some goals, hopefully it'll rub off on us.
Exactly. Talking about the Kings, you don't play again until Thursday, and you guys are really looking for some offense lately. What's been going on?
Oh, we are. We're struggling lately. We've only scored, or we've had 3 shutouts, in the last 4 games, and we've scored 4 goals against New Jersey. We've got to bust out of it, and hopefully on Thursday night against St. Louis, we can have a big night and put the puck in the net.
Joseph Stumple, a key ingredient to that King offense, and you're missing him with injury.
We're missing him big time. He's a player that the other teams have to be concerned about. He's our best forward, and last year he had a great season, and we've really missed Joseph.
Yeah. Right. I'll tell you what, I love your New Jerseys. What do you think of the New Jerseys?
I really like the New Jerseys.
Do you dig them?
Yeah.
Do you like the away or the home? Which one? Which ones are better?
I like them both.
You like them both?
Yeah, I like them both. I like the colors. I like that they finally did something. I think that the silver and black was time to go. And
there you go.
I like our colors.
I dig that whole flip. I got to get a gamer. Russ. I'm going to come down there sporting my gamer. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Exactly.
Always a pleasure, man, to have you down here.
This isn't easy.
It's not easy, but you handled your business, and that's the key thing. We can look on the wing and
next time wear one of those gamers on the set. And then you'll
on service. The Colorado Avalanche were figured to dominate the new Northwest Division of the NHL, much like they had dominated the Pacific Division, but instead they were buried in the division basement with just 7 points. Perennial standout goaltender Patrick Waugh took a dismal 3.84 goals against average into Toronto against the slumping Maple Leafs. To Maple Leaf Gardens we go. Cujo, 163 shutout minutes against the Avalanche. First period, no score. Lanch on the attack. Peter Forsberg fought Lemieux. denied by Cujo. Second period, 1-0 Maple Leafs. Steve Thomas comes up with the steal. Here he goes. Top shelf. Beats Waugh for the goal. 2-0 Maple Leafs. Then tempers flaring just a bit. 2 separate fights break out at the same time. Ty Domi getting decked by Jeff Osgood. Later in the second, off the save by Waugh, Matt Sundin knocks it out of midair with the goal. Toronto up 3-0. Third period, Valerie Kaminsky with the initial shot, then Joseph robs Milan Haydock as he does the split, and the Maple Leafs win it. Final score 3-0. Curtis Joseph posts his first shutout of the season with 24 saves. He shut out Colorado for 223 minutes and 40 seconds. Toronto snaps a 3-game losing streak. Colorado is 3-3-1 in the last 7, and Patrick Waugh falls to 1-6-1. He's a hero right now. He deserves to be playing. Thus spoke. Let's set the skates. Let's head to the NHL, where 2 teams with exact opposite records met Wednesday in San Jose. The Sharks won 6-2, the visiting Dallas Stars 6-1-2, and leading the league with 14 points. San Jose's hopes had to rest on the fact that the Stars were only 0-1-1 on the road this year. Let's take a look at some of the action, see what was going on. Brian Marchment, he's a marked man by the Stars. You'll see what we mean in a minute. Sharks with the power play. Patrick Marleau with the pass to Ragnarsson, back to Marleau. He's firing the slap shot, boom. Got the goal past Ed Belfour. It's 1-0 Sharks. Then just about 60 little ticks of the clock later, here come the Sharks again. Stefan Matteau to Ron Sutter. The wrist shot beats Belfour. Sharks got 2 goals on 3 shots in the first period. Marchment now taking the beating here. We'll show you the door. Brian, Joe Neuendijk, Jamie Langenbrunner team up for that check, and Marchment had to leave. Came back later, though, and took another hit by Grant Marshall, and then decided to level one of his own on Darian Hatcher. Now, here come the Sharks with a 2-0 lead. Dominating. Tony Granato to Jeff Friesen. Friesen in front's got his 2nd goal of the season. Puts the Sharks up 3-0, and they go on to win this hockey game. Final score 4-0. Mike Vernon recorded 21 saves to pick up his 19th career shutout. Predators at Oilers. 26 seconds into the game, Edmonton's Joseph Baranek skates over the blue line, and the wrister beats Mike Dunham. Second period, Baranek centers to Andrei Kovalenko in front, who beats Dunham, his 3rd of the year. The Oilers go on to win. The final score 3-2. Edmonton has won 4 straight, and during the run they've outscored the opposition 20-8. Bill Guerin's points streak ends at 7 games. Edmonton leads the Northwest Division with 14 points. St. Louis Blues at the pond to take on the mighty Ducks. Comes a centering pass to Tony Twist. Denied the first time, but Tony Twist with a rare moment on the ice. A goal, and the Blues have a 1-0 lead. Now the Blues set up behind the nets. Pierre Turgeon out to Pavel Demitra. He beats Guy Hebert, and St. Louis takes a 2-0 lead. Kevin Haller now from the blue line. The slap shot, Grant Fuhr the save, cleared back to Haller, shoots again, denied again. Thomas Sandstrom tries to put back, but Fuhr sits on the puck. And the Blues win the game. Final score here, 3-1. The Ducks' first loss in 7 games. The Blues have a pretty good record in Anaheim.
In the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy... Rangers hosting Montreal. Mike Richter earning Rangers Player of the Month honors. First period, John McClain's shot trickles through Jose Teodor's legs, falling back. Teodor knocks the puck in for the goal. McClain's third of the season, that tied up at 1 apiece. Later in the first, Canadiens power play. Brian Savage shot blocked, but Mark Recchi, the one-timer, his third goal of the season. Second period, 2-1. Rangers' Adam Graves gets the puck in front, but Teodor there to make the sliding save. In the third, the Rangers another chance. John McClain picks up the loose puck, fires the wrist shot, goes off the post. Canadiens, Martin Ruchinski gets the puck in front, beats Richter for the goal. It's Ruchinski's first of the season. The Canadiens win it. The final score, 4-1. Montreal snapped a 4-game winless streak. The Canadiens have outscored the Rangers 11-2 in their 2 games this season, and the Rangers have scored just 3 goals in their last 4 games.
Fact of the matter is we're not scoring, and I think that to start trying to find excuses to why you're not scoring, and I just think that it's you never get anywhere in life making excuses. The bottom line is you got to work hard and you got to capitalize on opportunities, and we haven't done that.
Tampa Bay Lightning and the Washington Capitals. That's Darren Pupa. He's in the nest despite suffering from the flu. Comes the Lightning. Forward Vincent Lecavalier puts the big shoulder hit on Brian Bellows, and Brian's down and carried into the locker room, but he came back and got a little revenge here. From Adam Oates, the assist, the goal by Bellows, his first of the year, and it's 1-1. Now here comes Tampa Bay's Andre Nazarov. Beats Ole the goalie, his first goal, and it's 2-1 Lightning. Taps Joe Juneau. Cuts the lead to 1. He fires this one by Pupa. Lightning lead at this point 3-2. Now the Lightning, 2-man advantage. Craig Janney was pounded down at the blue line. Winds up on the stick of Wendell Clark. He's got the goal, 2 goals on the game for Wendell Clark as the Lightning win it 5-2. The Caps' winless streak extended now to 5 games. Joe Juneau had 34 saves for Tampa Bay. Adam Oates came up with his 800th career assist for Washington.
Panthers and Blackhawks. Dino Ciccarelli making his first appearance of the season for the Panthers. Second period, no score. Panthers power play. Rob Niedermeyer denied, but Ciccarelli there and scores a goal, his first of the year, and takes a few kicks and punches to the head while he was down. Third period, Chicago's Tony Amani goes behind the net, tries to wrap around. It's stopped, but he flips his second shot past Sean Burke for the goal. It's 1 apiece. In the third, Panthers on the break. Robert Schvela's got a shot, misses it. Takes out a little frustration. Later in the third, Panthers with the puck behind the net. Chicago's Eric Weinrich actually centers it to a waiting Bill Lindsay, who fires a slapper past Mark Fitzpatrick, as that would be the game winner. With 1.8 seconds left, tensions running high throughout this game. Chris Chelios and Rob Niedermeyer getting into it after the final buzzer. Panthers taking it 2-1. There were 6 roughing penalties and 5 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in this game. Chicago has lost 4 straight games. Dino Ciccarelli's first period goal was career number 603, tying him for 8th all-time with Mark Messier. Chicago is 0-for-15 in road power play.
1996. A leg to stand on. He had a broken leg last season, and then he missed early part of the season after a training camp mishap, which he tore ligaments in his knee. But he's back, Barry, and hopefully better than ever for the Senators.
Well, one of the things that they did very well when Daniel was out, that they really mixed the scoring up. You see right here, the Senators have had 20 players with points. That's second or third most in the NHL, as you see. The teams ahead of them, Oilers, Lightning, Sharks, Senders, spread the wealth around. Everybody contributed. And when you have an injury to a key player, that's what you must do.
Highlights of the Pens and Sens. There is Daniel Alfredsson back in the Ottawa lineup. Meanwhile, Jean-Sebastien Aubin getting the nod and goal for the Pens. First period, no score. Jaromir Jagr on the rush. Yzerman Titov stoned by Damian Rhodes. 18 saves on the night for Rhodes. And Titov left in awe. Later in the first, Sens on the power play. Vinny Prospal up to Chris Phillips. And check out the backhander right there. Beats Aubin. Third on the season for Phillips, and Tom Barrasso not impressed with that effort. Later in the first, more trouble for Aubin. Prospal banks it in off Yuri Slager. Prospal's second goal of the season, and Jacques Martin getting all the breaks. His Sens up 2-0. Second period, Martin Straka lights the lamp. His fourth on the season, 2-1 Ottawa. What happened here, Barry?
You're going to see Chris Phillips, who I think is a great young defenseman, had a great game up to now, comes across, plays the puck instead of the man, doesn't get either one, and the puck ends up in the net.
Later in the second, more from Jaromir Jagr, showing off his speed and agility, but shooting wide right there. Jagr held scoreless through two. Still in the second, still 2-1. Straka, nice pass in front for Stu Barnes, but Rhodes with another big stop. And then the hit of the night, Barry.
Well, right here you're going to see Martins, a young guy that played here in Hartford a few years ago. Has really found a home in Ottawa, but he got caught with a penalty there for interference.
Third period, Pens on the power play. Pittsburgh with the top power play unit in the league, and Jagr leading the league in scoring and power play points, adding to those totals with his fifth goal of the season. 2-2 your score. Then, less than a minute later, Kip Miller hits the left post, and then Brad Wawrinka hits the right post. 2 of 22 shots on goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Third period, over 4 minutes left, still 2-2. And Jan Hrdina with his first NHL goal. The Pens skate to a 4-2 victory. Hrdina's first NHL goal and Jean-Sebastien Aubin's first win helps to give Kevin Constantine his 100th coaching victory. He's 100, 105, and 45 all time. The Sens see their 3-game winning streak end, which should come as no surprise. They're on a roller coaster. So far, they've won 3, lost 3, and won 3 before losing Thursday night. After the whistle, the Penguins continue their domination. Carter back in uniform, his season debut for the Bees, and the Leafs say welcome back.
Right here, great hit by Yuskevich. They both go down, but Anson Carter was welcomed back to the NHL very quickly. Raymond Bourque on a one-timer. You want to be a goalie? Bang, that'll leave a mark. Right there, hits Cujo in the melon.
One of his 26 saves, that one the hard way. The Bruins strike first, and that's a good indicator for the Bees. We'll explain later. Samsonov and Kristich working it for Samsonov's 5th of the year, 1-0 Bees.
Very similar to Marcel Dion when he played. Really quick, really small, great side-to-side movement. Right here, he freezes Cujo on the post, and Cujo knows he's going there, but Cujo's not quick enough to get around. Great goal by Samsonov.
Things get worse for the Leafs. Dallas Eakins breaks his stick, but he keeps playing, and that's a no-no. The penalty. And then the Bruins on the power play. Dmitry Kristich, you know, he scored his 100th career goal against Boston, his 200th career goal coming for Boston. That is 4th on the season, 2-0 Bees.
A little bit of luck here. He throws his net like he should, but he hits Smith in the arm and beats Cujo. Cujo thought the puck was going across the ice.
Later, Steve Heinz to the puck. He turns and blasts it right through Joe Thornton, and his 5th on the year puts Boston 3-0 in the lead, Barry.
Well, you know, we don't condone this, but when you got two tough guys like this, they played together for 2.5 years. Domi and Baumgartner going at it, left and a left and a left, and they're both going to the left.
Like a dog chasing its tail.
These are two tough individuals going at it right here, and they had a great talk in the penalty box when this fight was over. So this one I'll call a draw, but the second one, right here, you're going to see Baumgartner do his Ichabod Crane impersonation. Sweater goes over the head, doesn't know where he's at. I got to give Ty the edge in that one, but two tough characters.
Later, Leafs on the power play. They were 1 for 7 Thursday night, just 2 for 54 in their last 10 games. Derek King, though, lighting the lamp there, his 3rd on the year. Leafs down 3-1. Bees put it away. Boston with 4 goals Thursday night after just 14 in their last 7 games. Darren Van Impe with his 1st on the season, and it's 4-1 Boston. The Bees win for just the 2nd time in 8 tries, getting a total of out left wing P.J. Axelson, who suffered his 2nd concussion in a week Tuesday night in Buffalo. As for Matthew Barnaby, the NHL fined the Sabres right wing $1,000 and suspended him 4 games for delivering the hit, which, by the way, wasn't penalized in the game. Boston coach Pat Burns says Axelson will miss about a week, still suffering the effects of post-concussion syndrome from that blow there. Burns didn't stop there, Barry. He called the hit by Barnaby a savage attack and cowardly.
I can't comment on that. He's my favorite player.
Unfortunately for Marty LaPointe, this is no fantasy, and it's fact. Frankenbeen's there, and the goaltenders with penalties, we'll talk about that. Plus, Kenny Janssen and the Islanders have a chance for first place in the Atlantic. He said this about the agent of holdout Ziggy Palffy. It's too bad he lives in the city. He's depriving some village of an idiot. Alrighty then. Well, so far the Islanders don't miss Palffy too much, going over the 500 mark for the first time since last November. Thursday, a chance for first place in the Atlantic Division. Hurricanes on the island. A first for Eric Brewer in the first, Barry. Hey, do you remember your first goal?
I remember all my goals very distinctly. You're going to see right here a nice drop pass to Brewer. He's following up the play. Great young defenseman, good size, good hands, picked the corner, great goal. Congratulations, Eric.
How many were there?
I think there was like 45 or 50.
Okay, we'll check on that. 10:30 left in the first. Mike Watt lights the lamp. Get it? Watt lights the lamp.
Well, I'll tell how the goal went in. Right here, great play by Gino Odjick to Belanger, two tough guys. Watt goes to the net like he should.
Still in the first, Isles with the two-man advantage. Kenny Janssen shoots wide, Robert Reichel then back to Janssen, who fires and scores. Trevor Kidd giving up 3 goals on his first 8 shots.
The goal is not the pretty thing to happen to you, but watch the composure of Johansson. You're going to see the two Carolina Hurricane players, Primo and Wesley, go down to block the shot. That means that everything on the ice is taken away. What does he do? A great slapper upstairs and beats Kidd's glove hand. Great goal there.
Hurricanes down 3-1 second period. Nelson Emerson leaving it for Gary Roberts. Nice pass to Jeff O'Neill in front. His first down of the season. Carolina down by just 1. 3 minutes into the third, same score. O'Neill. His second goal of the game, second of the season, and that ties it at 3, Barry.
Complete turning point in the game right here, because you're going to see the Islanders have a great chance. Robert Reichel there at the other end to put this game away. So what happens? Great breakout pass right there. O'Neill's got it. Now watch Roberts here. Great composure by Roberts. Fakes it, freezes a goaltender. O'Neill goes to net, can't be caught. Turning point in the game completely.
A minute 12 later, more from the Canes, and Mike Milbury would say after this one, we needed a tourniquet, and we couldn't find a Band-Aid. Mari Jelena fights off Rich Pilon for his second goal in the season, 4-3 Carolina, and then they get a little chippy.
Well, they needed a transfusion, not a tourniquet. Right here, Belanger's out. He's very angry with what's happening. Goes after Primo. Keith, I love you, but I got to give this one to Belanger. But as you see, temper's heated, but it's too late for the Islanders. Now, they should have done this with about 5 minutes left in the third period, not when the game was over.
And there's your final. Trevor Kidd with his first victory this season, helping the Hurricanes blow into sole possession of first place in the Southeast Division. The Carolina power outage continues. Stoos, Blues, and Kings. Steve Duchesne and the Kings looking tonight to break their 2-game scoreless streak. Luke Robitaille throws the puck towards the net. Career goal number 483, Barry.
Well, when Luke's hot and playing well, he scores like this because he always has the puck in his hands and always going towards the net.
Later, Olli Jokinen. Just up from the IHL to Robitaille, tipped by Glenn Murray, his third goal, 2-0 LA.
Again, Robitaille throws to the net. Murray's in front of the net like he should. Looks like a good night for the Kings. Right here, McKenna, who is about 6'11", going against Tony Twist. Tony Twist is maybe the thickest guy in the NHL by far. His arms are bigger than most forwards.
Second period, Kings entering the game as the #1 penalty-killing unit, but Pavel Demitra in front wraps it in for his 5th, 2-1 LA. And then, Big Al McInnes. 93 career points in 93 games against the LA Kings.
Watch this play here. McInnes makes a good play at the point. He comes in. If he doesn't hit the goaltender, that's going to be a goal. He just shoots that so hard, and he puts it in the far post and tie game.
Third period, LA continuing to attack. Glenn Murray misses the net. Then later, Yannick Perreault can't bury the biscuit in front. And then the Kings still with one more chance. Vladimir Siplikov's wrister going wide, and Larry Robbins can only watch and wonder. 2-2 the final score, and both St. Louis goals coming on the power play. The Kings had allowed just one power play goal in their first championship tournament. It wasn't exactly a miracle on ice, but Thursday in Klagenfurt, Austria, Neil Broughton, who played for the gold medal-winning 1980 U.S. Olympic team, scored 2 goals and assisted on the other as Team USA beat Kazakhstan in the World Championship qualification tournament. Also on the roster, Neil's brother Aaron, Joe Mullen, and Mark Johnson. The U.S. returns to action Saturday versus Estonia.
The final score, Urbe 32 saves in the win.
Hawks and Lightning. Look at Dougie G's eye. Vicious hit earlier in the week. Early on, Chad Kilger and Shell Samuelson. Whoa! It's a shattering moment. Later in the first, 18-year-old Vincent LeCavier with his third goal of the year. Second period, Daniel Clary looking to light the lamp, and Billy Ranford pad save, and a beauty. Jacques Demers has got it going with Tampa. Third period, power play for the Hawks. Chris Chelios ripping one past Ranford. Game tied at 2, and that's how it ended. Tampa still playing a whole lot better hockey this NHL season. Blackhawks, though, getting back to scoring points after losing 4 in a row. Lightning now 5-0-2 in their last 7 meetings with the Blackhawks.
Just in case you're curious about what's going on right now between San Jose and Anaheim, let's take a sneak peek. First period, no score. Anaheim on the power play. Thomas Sandstrom, the goal, his 4th of the year, number 1 of the game. The Mighty Ducks with a 1-0 lead. They're in between periods, the first and second, that is. Ducks 3-1-3 in their last 7.
While the best with their 17-55-10 record last season, said Demers, quote, "We have a different team," end quote, and as previously noted, a different record. Video now of the Blackhawks playing the Lightning. First period, physical. Shell Samuelson blasted into the glass, and the glass gives. The play would be stopped for cleansing. Hey, put a glove on! Later in the first, Lightning attack. Michael Renberg to Vincent LeCavalier, who beats Mark Fitzpatrick in goal for Jeff Haggett. 1-0 Lightning after 1. Second period, still 1-0. Enrico Ciccone hustles the puck out to Shell Samuelson, who comes up with the slapper right about there, beating Fitzpatrick, his first in a long time. More on that later. 2-0 Lightning. Later in the second period, Hawks on the power play. Ethan Moreau looking for Tony Amante. Amante looking for the back of the goal. He's got it. His 8th. 2-1 Lightning at the end of 2. Third period, same score. Blackhawks on the power play. Chris Chelios gonna tee it high and let it fly. Beats Billy Ranford, his 2nd. Blackhawks tie this game at 2. We go to overtime. Lightning on the attack. Craig Janney gets it to Renberg. Fires the shot, but Fitzpatrick makes the great glove save, and this game ends no decision. 2-2 tie. Shell Samuelson's goal, his first since January of 1997. Chicago ends their 4-game losing streak, but is now winless in their last 7 against Tampa Bay. Conversely, the Lightning 5-2-1 over their last 8 games. Canes and Caps, come on. Early first period, Caps on the rush. Chris Simon picks up the puck at the red line and beats Artis Urbe with the wrister. Caps up 1-0, Simon's first O of the year. Later in the first, here come the Canes. Kent Manderville breaks in and beats Olaf Golzig down low, number 2 in the year for Manderville. Game tied, not hit even at 1. Under 2 minutes left in the first period off the faceoff, Gary Roberts pokes the puck loose to Jeff O'Neill, who comes up with the shot, beating Golzig. Soft goal. Carolina up 2-1 after 1. Second period, Peter Bondra on the bench after drawing a penalty. Brian Bellows picks up the rebound and puts it home for his 2nd of the year. This game knotted at 2. Third period, still tied at 2. Sammy Kapanen coming over the blue line just sort of throws it at the net. And another one gets by Golzig. Not exactly a tough shot, as the Hurricanes hold on to win the final in this one 3-2. And for the Canes, significant, their first franchise win in Washington since they were the team formerly known as the Hartford Whalers, ending a 7-game slide against the Caps in Washington. The win keeps the Canes in first in the Southeast Division, while the Caps remain in the cellar, riding a 6-game winless streak. Red Wings and Coyotes in the desert. First period, no score. Jim Cummins on the breakaway. Jim Cummins with the Wings on his back. Goal! His first in 90 games. 1-0 Coyotes. Moments later, watch Dallas Drake. Darren McCarty levels him after he gets rid of the puck. Drake would have to leave the game with a mild concussion. He was clearly not all there. Later in the first, Coyotes catch the Wings in a line change. Sergei Fedorov skating off, Bob Corkum skating in, hits Keith Tkachuk, who skates in for the goal. Number 6 for Tkachuk, extending his streak to 5 straight games, 2-0 Coyotes. Second period now 2-1, Doug Brown all alone, but Brown shoots it wide, gets it back, he's denied. One last time, no sir. Still 2-1 Coyotes. Hobby Bullen solid. Later in the game, Chris Osgood pulled, Bob Corkum, capitalization. Empty netter, and don't put it in. The Coyotes go on to win 3-1, and Scotty Bowman is not pleased. Why? That is the 4th straight loss for the Red Wings, their first 4-game losing streak since October of 1993. They're just 2-5 in their last 7. The win, conversely, was the Coyotes' 4th straight. Well, bad news for the struggling Los Angeles Kings. Last year's Norris Trophy winner Rob Blake ensconced in a spot shadow when this video began will miss 6 to 8 weeks with a broken right foot. It happened on this play on October 30th against the Lightning. X-rays were negative originally. He played in 2 games this week, but an MRI did indeed reveal the injury. Still ahead on ESPN News, Los Angeles. And we open things up dropping the rubber biscuit where teams are having trouble getting their games heated up on ice. Checking the standings, not a single one in the NHL has more than 7 wins. So despite being locked into last place, this high dose of extremely mediocre hockey, keeping the Rangers within striking distance. We checked the scoreboard on this one, only 5 points behind the first place Devils. The Rangers finish in a 6-all tie with the Maple Leafs. The tie breaks an 8-game losing streak for the Leafs against the Rangers. The Rangers winless in 5 games on the road this season, going 0-2-3.
Check in on the Devils and the Panthers. The Devils have won 3 straight, trying to figure out what we need to do to win 4. First period, Rookie of the Month, Mark Parrish. Sweet pass to Rob Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer not dead, goalie dead. His 4th goal of the year. We're tied at 1. Third period tied at 3. Jay Pandolfo battling for the puck. He's free, and then he deflects the puck right between his legs. Good work. His 3rd goal of the year. The Panthers outshot for the 6th game in a row. Devils take it 4-3 the final. Devils have now won 4 in a row. The saves, Brodeur made 23, Burke had 34. Let's enjoy another sports cocktail on the rocks, please, over NHL ice. The Flyers doing some early holiday shopping. Reports are the team is looking to get front-line help for Eric Lindros and John LeClair. 2 names on GM Bobby Clark's shopping list are Florida's Michael Renberg and Tampa Bay's Rob Zaminer. We'll see if Clark makes the transaction. Saturday, the Flyers trying to end a 3-game losing streak, going against the Sabres and Dominik Hasek. Michael Pekka looking for Jeff Sanderson. He found net behind the Beezer. We're tied at 1. Some good hitting. Eric Lindros sends Richard Schmelnick into the boards. Then Eric Desjardins checks himself and wrecks himself. Final minute of the second period. 2-1 Sabres. John LeClair. Hasek not happy. The Dominator down on that one. The game ended in a 2-2 tie. No winners, no losers. A couple of old tires. Dominik Hasek made 34 saves. The Flyers are 0-3-2 in their last 5 games, and afterwards, Eric Lindros tried to explain their bad run.
It's frustrating when you outshoot somebody like that and not get the result that we needed. And we had a couple of really good days of practice. We were really skating well, and I thought tonight we skated well. We're going to get some bounces here. I mean, it's bound to happen. We've been snake bitten the last little bit, and things are going to turn our way.
All right, more scores to pass. The Habs beat the Islanders 4-2. The Penguins 0-0 with Bruins. And the Kings leading the Kings 1-0 right now in the first period.
Other action for you. The Capitals beat the Senators 8-5 the final there. Predators, Canucks, Blue Sharks just getting underway on the ice.
All right, stay right where you are. We'll have some college football.
Just 8 seconds into the game, Tony Herkus, the former St. Louis Blue, picks up the puck. He's got a goal. That's the quickest goal in Dallas franchise history, or Stars franchise history, and it's 1-0. Kings with the 2-man advantage. Luke Robitaille blasts that one in. It's 2-1 Kings at the end of 1. Now Darian Hatcher taking a pass in the slot. 1 times it passed Manny Legacy. He's got his first goal of the year, 3-2 Dallas. Second period, Stars with the odd man rush. Legacy makes 1 stop, but Grant Marshall knocks in the rebound. He's got his first goal of the year. That made it 4-2, and Dallas goes on to win 4-3 and get their first road win of the year.
Rangers at Toronto in a goal fest. 2-1 Maple Leafs in the second. Great Rangers passing Todd Harvey, putting home the rebound off Adam Graves' shot, 2-2. 3-2 Maple Leafs in the second. Alexander Karpovtsev shoots it out in front. Igor Korolev putting home the rebound past Mike Richter. Third period, 4-3 Leafs. Rangers pressuring Manny Malhotra. Picks up the loose puck, beats Curtis Joseph, ties it up at 4 apiece. Later in the third, Adam Graves picking up a loose puck. Gonna make the nifty move there. Goal! 5-4 Rangers. Leafs come right back though. Matt Sundin setting up Steve Thomas for the one-timer. We're at 5 apiece. Now it's 6-5 Toronto. Late in the third, the Rangers' Mark Savard shoots and misses, but the great one, banking it off Cujo for the goal. The Rangers get a 6-6 tie. Coming up next, Ricky Williams had to pick his way through on the ground. Our friends NHL playoffs. Dominik Hasek gave up just 9 goals in the Sabres' 4-1 upset of the Flyers. Now Saturday, the Dominator was so dominating, he had the Philadelphia crowd chanting his name. To the city of brotherly love we go. Hasek in net, winningest goalie in franchise history. Second period, 1-0 Flyers. Mike Pekka leading the attack to Jeff Sanderson, catches John Van Beesbrook out of the net for the easy goal, 1 apiece. Eric Lindros getting physical, right? And Richard Schmelik into the boards. Still 1-1, more Jeff Sanderson. The big cross-ice pass through traffic right to Brian Holzinger's stick. He scores from the tough angle, 2-1 Sabres. Now late in the second, Flyers power play, John LeClair strolling through and flicks it in from the circle, ties it at 2 apiece. Now in the third period, Hasek was peppered with 12 shots and he stopped them all. And with 50 seconds left, the Philly crowd chanted, Hasek, Hasek, Hasek. He had 34 saves and it ended up in a 2-2 tie.
To get signed as
New
well,
Jersey Devils, Florida Panthers, the Niedermeyer brothers. Rob and Scott playing on different teams. Panthers on the attack. Mark Parrish between his legs to Rob Niedermeyer beats Brodeur for his 4th goal. This game's tied at 1. We stay in the first. Devils on the attack. Scott Niedermeyer shoots deflected. Dave Andrechuk catches it and puts it in, and it's 2-1 Devils. Now, for Florida, Scott Mellenby. The pass out front to Kirk Muller. He's got this one to tie it at 3. We move ahead to the third. Brian Ralston shoots. Jay Pandolfo redirects it in, and the Devils lead 4-3. Panthers pull their goaltender to try for one last chance. Mark Parrish comes out of the scrum for the puck, fires it at Brodeur, makes the glove save, and the Devils hold on and win this game. Final score, 4-3. The Devils have won 4 straight.
Bruins at the Igloos. Scoreless second period. The Penguins, Kevin Hatcher, and the Bruins, Sergei Samsonov behind the net. Samsonov out to Dmitry Kristich, stoned by John Sebastian Aubin. Later in the second, Kip Miller stopped by Aubin. Then Rob Brown denied on the rebound. Aubin with 18 saves. Also in the second, Pins with good pressure. Robert Lang out to Brad Wawrinka, who's stoned by Byron.
Southeast Division leading Hurricanes taking on Boston. Second period, Bruins trailing 1-0, but on the power play. Sergei Samsonov out in front to Darren Van Imp. One-timer past Urbe, tied at 1 we are. Third period, 2-1 Bruins again on the power play. Jason Allison throws it on net. Dmitry Kristich, the favorable hop, cashes in for the goal. 3-1 Bruins. More of the Bruins. Kristich out of the corner, backhand pass to Van Imp, who scores himself on a backhander. 4-1 Bruins. They go on to win 5-2. In the game, Ray Bourque, not pictured, moves into 4th place on the all-time assist list. Dmitry Kristich had 2. Bourque needs 7 more assists to catch 3rd place Gordie Howe. Jason Allison also had 3 assists in this one for Boston. The Devils in search of their 5th straight victory facing Tampa Bay. First period scoreless. Watch Brendan Morrison as Michael Sikora just levels him and shatters the glass. Morrison is okay. The glass is out 2 to 4 weeks. Second period, 1-0 Tampa Bay. Devils on the power play. Brendan Morrison breaks into Peter Sikora, who beats Darren Pupa top shelf. Sikora's 4th. Game tied at 1. Third period, still 1-1. Wendell Clark on the rush. Leaves it for Michael Sikora, who deflects it off his brother's stick for the goal. Too many Sikoras. The Lightning win 3-1, and there is no 5-game winning streak for the Devils. Wendell Clark scored 1 and assisted on 1 more. And by the way, Devils center Bobby Holik was suspended on Sunday pending an NHL hearing for taking down Panthers defenseman Paul Laus with his leg on Saturday. Holik will go before the league office on Tuesday. The Flames take one from the Avs by a final of 3-1. The Avalanche outshot the Flames 20-3 in the second period and still failed to score. Theo Fleury, his 9th goal of the season, tying him for 2nd in the NHL in that category. The first home win for Calgary in their last 8 games dating back to last season.
Wings and Ducks, no Sikora, but plenty of Teemu Selanne. He's stopped, but Tomas Sandstrom gobbles up the rebound, 1-0 Anaheim. Physical game, tied at 1. Kirk Maltby, Tomas Sandstrom, Owies. Sandstrom hurts his wrist and heads to the locker room. Then Jeff Nielsen checks Anders Eriksson in the board, and things get a little scuffly. My dad can beat up your dad. Third period tied at 2. Igor Larionov with the shot off Brendan Shanahan's tuchus and in. Check it out. He's just sitting there and banks it in. His second of the game. 9th of the season, and the Red Wings win, final 3-2, thus ending their 4-game losing streak. They are now 5-0-1 in their last 6 games against the Ducks. Conversely, Anaheim 0-2-3 in their last 5, and they only have 2 wins in 11 all-time home meetings with Detroit. Meanwhile, the Oilers and the Blackhawks went to overtime, and in OT, the Oilers win it by a final of 3-2. Bill Guerin scored his league-leading 10th in this one. Edmonton 2-0-3 in their last 5 games against Chicago. Chicago winless morning.
Now hockey, and good news for the Philadelphia Flyers. John LeClair is on fire just in time to help his club try to snap a 4-game winless streak on the road. But there's bad news too, and that's the fact that the power outage in Quebec may be over. The Montreal Canadiens scoring 4 power play goals on the Islanders after scoring in only 12% of their man advantage chances their first 11 games. Something would have to give tonight. Perhaps Eric Lindros would have a little something to do with that. But then again, maybe not. Canadiens on the move. Brian Savage leaves it for Martin Ruzinski, who blasts the slapper past John Van Beesbrook. 1-0 Montreal. Later in the first, same score. Nice passing by the Canadiens. This time, Ruzinski with the touch to Savage, who puts it in. One of Savage's 2 goals in the game. Now Lindros. Big problems. Igor Ulanov. Whoopsie. That was easy. This is hard. Ulanov again. Bang. Right in the chops. Had to hurt just a little bit. Bad tie night in Montreal as Canadiens were outshot 31-19. You win a bad tie, get in free. They won the battle of the scoreboard, extending Philly's winless streak to 6 games, 30 saves for Theodore as he goes to 3-0 since getting the starting job last week.
Islanders and the Leafs. Ted Donato making his first appearance in an Islander uniform, being acquired from the Boston Bruins. Third period, still not a score in the game. The Islanders plod the point, takes the puck all the way in. The backhander gets past Curtis Joseph. Now we got to score 1-0 Isles. Still 1-0 a little bit later. Igor Korolev gets the puck to defenseman Dmitry Yuskevich, who drills this thing past Tommy Salo. 1-1 game. Ones later, Islander Kevin Miller with the drop pass to Brian Berard. Centers it back to Miller, who shoots and scores. 2-1 Islanders back in front. Then the Islanders' Mike Watt with the centering pass. Sergei Nemchinov puts it past Cujo. 3-1 Islanders. They win it. Curtis Joseph gave up 3 goals on just 6 shots in the third period. Leafs lose again. Tommy Salo was brilliant for the Isles with 38 saves. Toronto has just 1 win in their last 7.
I've got news. The Blues lose goalie Grant Fuhr for up to 2 months with a bad groin. What's with the groins tonight? They're already down a goalie as Jamie McLennan is day-to-day with a hand. Meanwhile, Capitals goalie Olaf Kolzig, the only South African native in the NHL, by the way, is a richer man today. And the Panthers take a couple of hits in the injury panics.
And coming up
on yesterday, the Rangers scored 10 goals. Wayne Gretzky and crew held scoreless in the first period tonight by Florida. Second period, Mark Savard. It's a hard knock life. Ed Jovanovski drops him. Terry Murray bothered. It's okay. 22 seconds left in the second half. Here's Jovo again. The slapper off of Matthew Snyder's stick. Mike Richter in search of John Muckler watching the highlight. Florida controlling it. Peter Worrell, watch the pass to Ray Whitney on sides and on time. Whitney's 4th, Worrell his first NHL point on an assist. Does a lot of fighting, but happy to see Pete get his first point. Panthers quiet the Rangers 4-1 the final score. Panthers win consecutive home games for the first time this season.
Back up the East Coast to Jersey, where Jose Theodore 3-0 in his last 3 starts. Tonight, though, he was caught behind the net, and Christoph Holiwa made him pay. His first of the year, 1-0 Devils. In the second, Devils in a shorthanded situation. Scott Niedermayer on a breakaway. Trip from behind. So Niedermayer gets a penalty shot. Goes 5-hole on Theodore for his first career penalty shot goal, winning the third. Martin Brodeur turning it away. Brodeur, 24 saves, 5 wins and 6 starts tonight. Career shutout number 33 as Scott Amir Scott Niedermayer, I should say, also stays hot with 4 points in his last 3 games.
2 years after he skated his last shift in Boston, Cam Neely huffed and puffed his way through the Bruins practice today. The 4-time All-Star practiced for 45 minutes and hopes to do the same for the next 10 days to gauge his health. Neely was forced to retire because of a degenerative hip problem, and although he felt great today, if there's a problem, he says he won't even mess around. He won't be back.
I'm not going to go through the pain that I went through, you know, when I had to pack it in. It's just not worth it to me. So, yeah, 4 days of good, hard skating might tell me, hey, this is just not happening. But my hip is allowing me to take it to this point. Will it allow me to get to another point? I don't know yet. If I skate 4 days in a row and my hip is barking at me, then that's all she wrote.
Back to baseball now. And if Sammy Sosa was not...
You know, the folks in Edmonton really didn't appreciate Cujo, so I guess that kind of fueled his fire. They were on his back for a long time.
So.
We are joined now by our guest Fox Scoper, Jim Fox, ironically, Kings analyst, and you're going to talk about the Red Wings, who won tonight. They knocked off the Blues.
Didn't you ask for Jim Fox to talk about the Red Wings tonight? Weren't you the one suggesting that the Red Wings beat?
I wonder who would have suggested that, Van Earl.
Well, the Red Wings are a pretty good topic right now. You talk about Stanley Cup hangover, only one game above 500 coming into tonight's actions. Well, Van Earl, my Detroit Red Wings will get it back on track. Will they win 3 Stanley Cups in a row? Let's take a look on the Fox Scope. A couple of reasons why the Red Wings may have a three-peat.
The Fox Scope is brought to you by Acura.
Versus the St. Louis Blues on the face-off neutral zone. Larry Murphy picks up the puck. Normal teams would have dumped it in here. Watch this. Skilled teams like the Red Wings regroup. Look at Kozlov. He's going to just circle the wagons, go all the way, build up speed. 1 cross-ice pass. Look at the coverage right here at the blue line. Turgeon, he's close to Kozlov. 2nd cross-ice pass right here. That's skill again. 3rd cross-ice pass. Turgeon's in position. No way. Right here at the crease. Keep an eye on the skates of Kozlov. Last year, that would not have been a goal. He would have been in the crease. This year, smaller crease. 3 cross-ice passes. That's skill all the way. Count it right here. Transition game. Blues, 3 men behind the goal line. You're going to get killed. The Red Wings are quick. This is a grinder line right here. Chris Draper, Kirk Maltby. In basketball, it's give and go. In hockey, it's dish and drive. Dish off right here with Draper. He'll put it over to Maltby. Drives to the net. Watch the tip coming up. This is the grinding line, but still a lot of skill, a lot of speed between the pads. That makes it 3-0. On the power play, Darren McCarty, number 1, takes a cross check to the back. Does that bother him? No way. Number 2, get another one. He cannot get out of the front of the net. Larry Murphy gets it by. Look at the wingers here, though. They're in position to drive to the front of the net. Great setup by the Red Wings on the power play. Shot gets through. McCarty knocks down his own rebound, puts it in the net. So we talked about it earlier with the Red Wings. They have all kinds of depth when it comes to speed and skill. Kosher has a couple goals. McCarty on the power play. You have so many weapons with the Red Wings. Will they three-peat? I think they have to be considered the favorites. Scotty Bowman's back behind the bench. All that skill, I mentioned it earlier. You have 4 lines in hockey. You have speed. The speed does not drop off with the Red Wings. The 4th line, as fast as the 1st line.
And we've talked about how they've been struggling recently. Their longest losing streak in some 5 seasons. But the Red Wings have learned from their 2 championship campaigns that it's not how you're playing in November, it's how you're playing in May and June.
That's right. Again, my Red Wings, I think, are going to put it together by the end of the season. They have it together. And again, it's experience. You have Bowman behind the bench. He's won 8 Stanley Cups. Steve Yzerman came into his own as a leader. 2 Stanley Cups in a row here. But you just look at depth. Throughout the season, you may wear down a hockey team. It won't happen to the Red Wings. They're just going to hold, tread water, get to the playoffs, then they'll go on the run.
Stay healthy.
And stay healthy.
Health is so important.
Maybe Dallas learned a lesson from last year. Foxy, thanks so much for
guys.
being here.
My pleasure.
You did a great job with your Fox Scope.
You got it.
All right.
And when did they become his Red Wings? Sheesh. We got to talk about that in the break. Thanks, Foxy. Hey, we got more hockey on the way. The Rangers, man, talk about offensive explosions. They've scored 16.
Last night he gets popped to get killed out there. Terry Murray's not pleased with that. 22 seconds left in the second. Jovanovski delivers another blow with a slap shot off Matthew Snyder's stick and by Richter. Muckler feeling like it might not be the Rangers' night. 3rd period, Panthers up 3-1. Peter Worrell hits Ray Whitney at the Rangers' blue line. He beats Richter with a nice move there. The jock somewhere on the other side of the ice. Whitney's 4th. Worrell with his first NHL point on that assist as the Panthers humble the Rangers 4-1. Rangers lost the scoring there. Panthers win consecutive home games for the first time this season.
Time now to welcome LA Kings analyst.
For second period, R.E.M. Murray. It's the end of the shutout as we know it, and he feels fine. 1-0 Oilers. Moments later, Jason Smith, his pass intercepted by Kelly Buchberger. Cujo saves the day. Toronto with a couple of giveaways there early on. Ron Lowe, his team can't capitalize there. Then here comes Matt Sundin. Looking for Steve Sullivan. Oh, maybe the pass was a bit too hard. Sullivan couldn't quite get to it. He shot it wide. This time, Sundin, no mistake. The Daniil Markov and the young Russian, 22 years of age. Goal-scoring move there. Excellent top shelf, 1-1. 20 seconds later, Sylvain Cote, maybe the prettiest tip-in of the year. Cote, the shot, and McCauley with one hand. Watch it again. Makes it 2-1 Toronto. Great view here. Cote, the shot from the point. And watch McCauley. Reaches out over Shelenkov's blocker. Third period, Oilers down 2-1. Yuskevich, his pass deflected off Jason Smith's stick right to Billy Guerin. He puts it in front. Andrei Kovalenko will get it and put it in. Kovalenko's fifth. Oilers down 3-2, looking for the equalizer. That's when Cujo turns it on. Covers the ice, kicks it out with the pad. Oilers threaten again. Marchand tries to jam it in. Guerin will poke at it, but Cujo is there. Goalie cam meet. Somehow, under the scrum, Cujo 2-0 against the Oilers this year, 9-2-2 lifetime. The Maple Leafs are 6-1-1 against the Western Conference. Maybe the conference shift was a bad thing. They're 1-5-1 against the East. R.E.M. Murray and Kovalenko for the Oilers. Markov, McCauley, and Thomas score for Toronto. Do you believe in miracles? Cam Neely does, and after watching the miracle of his firstborn come into the world this month, cool Papa Cam now reaches for his own personal miracle. Wednesday morning outside Boston, Neely began practicing with the Bruins. His plan is to do that for as long as his hip doesn't hurt. And if the hip responds and he gets in game shape, he could be pulling on his old number 8 again. He skated for 45 minutes, looked like the best right winger on the ice, moved well, shot hard, with no signs of having a degenerative hip. But this was just a practice with 2 years of adrenaline behind it. Now the challenge begins Thursday morning when Cam Neely wakes up.
I didn't want to be upset with myself down the road. I mean, if at the end of 10 days my hip tells me I can't do this, then I can absolutely walk away and say, you know what, I gave it an honest effort, and I gave my hip a chance that I never thought I would be able to give it, and it just didn't work out.
This is a long, long shot, really. It is. And his physical therapist knows it, and Cam knows it, and all the doctors probably that looked at him prior to him retiring probably know it's a long shot, too.
I feel this is a great for him to try, because the way he went out wasn't the way he wanted to go out, and he feels now that good enough to give it another shot. And if it works, I think it's a bonus for everybody, and if it doesn't, well, it's just kind of the final, and he could shut the door behind his great career.
Neely is 33. He says contact wouldn't be a problem, just dealing with the pain from all the skating that would be required to get in and stay in game shape. Coming up on the NHL tonight, the day after telling Brett Hall to shut up and play, the Stars host the warm Phoenix Coyotes, who are unbeaten in their last 6, but the Stars haven't lost at home yet. The night after scoring 10 goals against Tampa, the Rangers go for 11 against Florida. Tied for 12th with their 10 goals. Alexei Kovalev back. He has no goals in 9 games this year. Meanwhile, Oleg Kavasha has his 2nd goal of the year. The 20-year-old, born in Moscow, makes it 1-0 Panthers. Here it is again. For a moment, it looked like Peter Worrell got his first NHL point, but he didn't. It's Kavasha's goal. Rangers try to answer. Olfe coming off his 2-goal effort from the point. No, Sean Burke had 25 saves, covers up the rebound. During intermission, look at this. Panther PR guy brought out the old Beezer jersey, had to duct tape it over. Second period, Panthers win the faceoff. Muller looking for his 2nd goal of the year. Billy Lindsay also looking for a goal. Here it is again. The effort. Muller hits the post, and Ulfi Samuelson dives and prevents Billy Lindsay from getting his 3rd goal of the year. Rangers get on the board. Wayne behind the cage. Pavlovic no, but there's Graves. Offensive rebound. Looked like he was almost in the crease. It's a goal. We're tied at 1. Look at Wayne operate, waiting, and there's Graves right on the doorstep with the goal. 5th of the year for the 30-year-old. Panthers answer though. Lindsay with the puck. Back to Jovo, and he has his 1st goal of the year. May have hit Schneider's stick. 2-1 Panthers. Meanwhile, Peter Worrell sends Kevin Stevens into the Ranger bench. Watch Wayne. He took a shot at him. More Panthers. Jovo to Worrell to Ray Whitney, and Whitney swish. Peter Worrell gets his first NHL point on that pass. Kavasha, Jovo, Spela, and Whitney for Florida. Graves for the Rangers. Mike Richter now 3-6-3. The Panthers are now at 500. The Rangers are home to the Bruins Friday and then go on a 5-game road trip. 2 teams, 3 games. Tough break here. Extra space behind the net. Took him longer to get in front of the net. And Oliwa with his first goal of the year, 3rd in the league. He was born in Poland. Tough break for Theodore. Oh, behave. Dave Manson, Dennis Peterson go at it. And from that, we dissolve to skill. Scott Niedermayer pulled down. We have a penalty shot. Niedermayer's second career. He failed on his first career penalty shot. Goes in alone and surfing the net. www.didn'tfailthattime.com. 2-0 Jersey. Martin Brodeur was on. Stopped Shane Corson. Then Mark Recchi's turn. He can't get the backhander through Brodeur. Theodore, meanwhile, still getting bad bounces. Watch this puck hit Lance Robert. The referee's skate. Doink, doink. Theodore covers up. Wouldn't have gone in right away, but it could have possibly deflected off his legs. Covers up, though. Devils looking for more. Niedermayer centers. Breland scores. A goal and 3 assists in his 4 games back now for Niedermayer. 3-0 Jersey. Niedermayer was everywhere, even defensively. Check it out here. In front of his own net. The left kick save. Watch it again. Brodeur clears, and then right off the left shin, Niedermayer is there, and the Devils win. Oliwa, Niedermayer, and Breland for the Devils. And look at this. We had plenty of rough stuff late in the game. More on that in a moment. But it's the Devils winning. Bobby Holik will be back for Friday's game against Pittsburgh. He has served out his 2-game suspension. Niedermayer is the first defenseman to score on a penalty shot since Chason in '95 against the Southeast. In Anaheim against the Ducks, Teemu Selanne in. A chance he may not play this one. Trevor Kidd needs to regain his confidence. First period, no score, Selanne. To a wide open Kariya. Can't control the pass, Kariya barely misses those. Later in the first, Canes great puck movement, Sammy Kapanen. Perfect pass to Keith Primo, swish. 1-0 Canes, Primo's 5th. Greg Forsberg doesn't like it early, second period, 1-1. Primo to Kapanen. Kapanen scores on his own rebound. 6 for Kapanen, 2-1 Canes. Forsberg still not amused. Still in the second, 3-1 Ducks pressuring. Selanne tries to wrap around him. Kidd is right there, 3-1 after 2. Third period, same score. Mike Crowley in front. Trevor Kidd is on. Less than a minute later, unbelievable stick work and the great finish. Driver 8 take a break. Teemu Selanne, 7th goal of the year. 3-2, Ducks down by 1. Later third, still 3-2. They try to tie it. They do. Jimmy McKenzie, his 2nd of the year. It's 3-3. But at the other end, McKenzie turns the puck over. Right to Shepard, right to Primo, nothing but net. 2nd of the game, 4-3. Forsberg checks the clock. Do we have enough time to tie this game? When you have Paul Kariya, you can do anything you want. Number 9, with his 7th goal of the year, ties it 4-4. We go to overtime. Less than a minute into it. Kariya to Olesen, and Steve Ruchin gets credit for this goal. 3rd for Ruchin. The Ducks are winners. Here it is again, the redirection right about there, I guess. Paul Maurice, the coach, cut away. The Ducks are now 4-5-4. They get 3 in the third after out-shooting the Canes 16-5 in this one. They break a 5-game winless streak with the 1-goal overtime win. A great one in Dallas. It's the Yotes and the Stars. And Brett Hall looking on. And early on, it's no score with Keith Tkachuk looking for a goal and getting a goal. It's 1-0 Phoenix. Still in the first, Jimmy Waite was outstanding. Filling in for the injured Nikolai Hobby-Bulin, who has an injured hand, and Waite was on all night long. A flurry of saves, and Jim Schoenfeld is impressed. Then Mike Modano thinks he has a goal, and Waite says, "Get out of here. You'll get nothing and like it." 1-0 Yote still. Second period. Jeremy for Jyrki Lume, who beats Eddie. 2-0 Phoenix. Jimmy Waite, meanwhile, continues to dominate. Joe Nieuwendyk looking for a goal. right in the slot. Can't get it. Wait, clearing well all night long. Third period, things get physical. Daryl Sador, body check on Oleg Tverdovsky. Goes down clutching his arm. Jim Schofield knows he cannot have any injuries on the blue line. Tverdovsky left the game, as you see there. Then, Jeremy Roenick. Once again hit by Sador. Hits his head on their post there, and Schoenfeld now upset. Meanwhile, Waite, still great. Guy Carbonneau, not a chance. The Coyotes have done it again. For 10 straight games, they've allowed 2 or less goals. They improved their league best goals against to 1.43. Keith Tkachuk, 7-game point streak. First where everyone has a plan, sort of like Nashville with the tan. The Preds in town, and Manning Legacy still remains hot. Great save. Score remains 1-0. Siplikov had a short-handed goal to make it 1-0. Then the hits come. Matt Johnson gives Patrick Cote's undercarriage. Little how's your father? And then a fight. Johnson. Cote. And there's the check again. As both men exchange. 1-0. As I mentioned, Siplikov, the goal, 4-game goal streak. LA, the most short-handed goals in the league. They have 6. The Canes and Archers in San Jose taking on the Sharks. First period, no score. Mike Ricci gets the puck behind the net, fights off Keith Primo. Wrap around me and smile, Michael. 1-0 Sharks. Take another look. Spectacular individual effort. Sliding on his stomach. Reaching around. Oh, my goodness, what a great goal. Maybe the best goal of his career. What do you think? 1-0 Sharks after 1 in this one. Carolina has won 3 of their last 4 road games. Hurricanes have won their last 2 games against San Jose. Another NHL tonight is locked and loaded with high continue. Hasek. By the way, Wayne Rolison, Buffalo's backup, hasn't seen any ice time yet. Early on, Ken Klee cannot clear, and Dixon Ward unassisted. Off the post and in, almost a double poster, not quite. 1-0 Buffalo. Later first, still 1-0 Adam Oates. Look how aggressive Hasek is to the puck. One reason why he's so good. Another reason why, covers the ice well and quickly. Watch James Black go for the corner, but there's Hasek. Pad spread down quickly. 1-0 after 1. Hasek with 9 saves. Dale Hunter not having a good year. 14 games, no points, and that. This is Jeff Sanderson. Later in the second, still 1-0 Sabres. Big crowd in front of Ole. In fact, there are 9 players within 10 feet of him. Caps do not clear, they do not cover. And Miro Shatan with the goal. Grosek the assist. That's Shatan's third. 2-0 Buffalo. Do the Caps get on the board? Double deflection. First Eagles end for Ruby, but Ruby was clearly in the crease. Blaine Angus goes upstairs. You see which coach likes it, which coach doesn't. Still third. 2-0, Joe Juneau. Hasek doesn't go for the fake. Another save that probably would have been wide there, but still an excellent effort by Hasek. The Caps won their home opener over Anaheim. Since then, they're 0-5-2 at home. The Sabres unbeaten in their last 7. The last time these two teams met in Buffalo, Kolzig beat Hasek 1-0. First of 6 games this season. Calgary and the Canucks and the Flames are up 2-0 after Jeff Shantz takes a pass from Phil Housley and scores. Second goal of the night. And back comes Vancouver. Brian McCabe lines it up. He's back and he scores. First of the year. It's a 2-2 tie. Still tied in the second. Calgary power play, but A.J. Aucoin having a great year. Short-handed. 3-2 Vancouver. Time to make a goalie change. Tyler Moss in. Still 3-2 Vancouver second. Mattias Olin in. Out of the penalty box and into the net. 4-2 Vancouver in the third. Now it's 4-3. Jeff Shantz, 2 goals for Calgary. Mark Messier has a goal in this game. Now 6:05 lifetime, 5 behind Bobby Hall for 7th. Again, McCabe, his first game back, he was in good shape, doing a lot of skating, and it shows. He has a goal in his first game back. Canucks lead by 1 in the third. Oilers and Sens. Steve Martins showing his black eye and scar. First period, no score. Alexei Yashin working hard. Throws the puck out front to McEachern, but Essens on the save. Physical game. Baranov crushing Magnus Arvidsson to the boards. Baranov boarding. The Sens, though, would not score on the power play. Second period, Andreas Johansson had a lot of chances. That's 1, but Essens of the save. More Essens. Sens power play. Crosspull behind the net to Johansson again. Can't quite find the net. Now, watch this scary moment. Check out Sean Brown. Watch him lose control of his stick here, disregarding his stick and right to the face of Albertson. Could be a suspension there. Albertson left the game, didn't return. A cut inside his eye, they say. 4-minute minor for Brown. War goaltending. In alone. Marchand hits the crossbar. Over the crossbar, I should say. Still no score. Oilers passing. Baranek, Kovalenko the shot, but Tugnutt is there. He's been very sharp. Finally, someone scores. Finally, Johansson. 7th goal of the year. Entering this year, he had 9 career goals in 95 games. 1-0 Sens. It looks good for Tugnutt. Oh, my goodness. 14 seconds ago, he gets beaten on that from Kovalenko, his 6th. We're tied at 1. In overtime, York, by accident, on his own net. Luckily, nothing happens out of that. So a good point for the Oilers on the road. It was their first tie of the season. The Islanders, Devils, and Red Wings are the only teams left without a tie. The Oilers unbeaten in the last 7 against Ottawa. The Oilers outshot the Senators in overtime 4-0. Hall of Fame goalie Frank Brimsick died Wednesday of a heart attack. For next teams, Roger Nielsen against the Panthers, Terry Murray against the Flyers. John Van Briesbroek early on against his former team, Sharp. First on Peter Worrell, and then Johan Garpenloff is stopped. Meanwhile, Eric Lindros laying down the law. More hard checks into the boards. Robert Spala ducking. Not a good move. Meanwhile, look at the great maneuvers by Mike Manlick. However, Kirk McLean stones him. Look at the great pair of hands. Shifting, but the stick on the ice is the difference. Second period, Panthers power play. Jovo to Whitney, the sweet pass to Parrish. Yeah, baby. Parrish makes it 1-0 FLA. Parrish not done. Watch Ron Niedermeyer win the battle with Jody Hall. He'll feed Parrish, who somehow gets this through to Beezer. It's 2-0 Panthers. Bobby Clark hoping Keith Jones gets here in a hurry. He was not dressed for this game. Third period, Flyers come back. Rod Brindamore wins the faceoff to Jody Hall to Peter Svoboda, who beats Kirk McLean. 2-1 Flyers, down by only 1. Late in the game, Panthers try to close it out. Peter Worrell and Beezer comes out, collides with Worrell. Gratton got an instigating fight. As a result, the Flyers are short-handed the rest of the way. Beezer would be okay. They had to pull their goalie just to get to equal strength, but they have a chance to tie it right there. But LeClaire, stoned by McLean, comes up huge. Flyers bench is depressed. Panthers win. Terry Murray beats the team that fired him after he coached them to the finals 2 summers ago. Flyers win the Islanders of late, and have already beaten them once this year. Physical play early. Igor Ulanov knocks Gino Ajic into the boards. No penalty on the play. First period, no score. Teddy Donato, paying dividends, skates around the Montreal net, centers the puck. Jason Dawes stopped, but Barry Richter knocks home the sweet backhanded rebound. His first of the year, 1-0 Islanders. Second period, same score. Mariusz Czerkawski, a healthy scratch the last time out because of the Donato trade. Islanders with some scoring depth, and a fire has been lit under his derriere. He scores. First of the year, 2-0 Islanders. Now 3-0 Islanders after another Czerkawski goal. Tommy Salo stopped Patrice Brisebois on the doorstep. 21 saves for Salo. Third period, still 3-0. Brisebois tries to control the puck in front. Robert Reichel smacks it. Past Tebow. Isles up 4-0. Still third. Puck shot off the head of linesman Kevin Collins. Ducks out of the way. He has to laugh with Don Koharski. The Islanders' goals, 2 from Poland's Czerkawski, 1 from Wisconsin's Barry Richter, and 1 from then Czechoslovakia's Robert Reichel. The second straight night the Habs have been the Oiler game, had more entering Thursday night's play. Felix the Cat the start, Cujo the night off. 7:30 into the first, no score. Scramble in front, and who has Derek King? 240th career goal, 5th of the year, 1-0 Toronto. About 2 minutes later, Leafs on the power play and 5-hole. Matt Sundin beats Jeff Hackett. That would be a theme. Second period, Toronto power play, Sundin, 5-hole, beats Jeff Hackett. 3-0 Toronto. Watch it again. Sundin calls for the puck, gets the puck, and beats 5-hole. Chicago shorthanded. Tony Amonte stopped by Potvin right there. Then Dougie Gilmour, offensive rebound. The catch is on. Then it's time for Ty Domi, playmaker, looking for Matt Sundin. And Matt surfing the net, www.sixthcareerhattrick.com. They get that for his effort, hit by his own teammate right in the grill. Here's the replay. Domi, good catch here by Sundin, uses his skate as support, collects it, and finishes it. 58 seconds into the third, 4-1 Toronto. What a great year Steve Thomas is having. Began his career in Toronto. It's 5-1 Leafs. 2 minutes later, Hackett picked that puck up late and it went right by his ear. Modine the goal, 6-1 lead. So was a Domi Probert fighting this. Chelios left with an injured groin. That's when the Maple Leafs went nuts. Most goals for Toronto since 1989. They beat the Rangers 10-6 that night. The Blackhawks are winless in their last 8 games. Someone's job could be in jeopardy in Chi-Town. Felix Necat now moves his record to 3-1-0. And talk with Steve Levy and Barry Melrose after the contest.
Unbeaten streak into the phone booth against the Washington Capitals. No surprise that goalie Dominik Hasek leading the way, allowing only 10 goals in the last 6 games. Hasek had to be the dominator because Buffalo's power play was being dominated, going 0 for 12 in the past 3 games. At the MCI Center, getting together, and there is Dominik Hasek. First period, no score, less than 3 minutes in, and Hasek getting some help. Ken Klee tries to clear, and Dixon Ward keeps it in the zone and beats Olaf Kolzig, 1-0 Sabres. Another look as the puck goes off a Caps player's stick, and Ward's 4th of the year. Second period, still 1-0, and Miroslav Shatan skates in, and when it's all said and done, he finds the net for his 3rd of the season, 2-0 Sabres. Not everything went the Sabres' way. Brian Holzinger getting blindsided by Mark Tenorti. He was okay. Third period, still 2-0 Sabres, and the Caps trying to come back, and Joey Juneau in on the dominator. And Hasek coming out to cut down the angle, getting the job done. Hasek and the Sabres victorious as Dominik, 23 saves for his 3rd shutout of the year and 36th of his career. The Sabres extending their unbeaten streak to 7 games. The Caps 1-5-2 in their last 8. After his team won more total games after enduring a 6-game winless streak, the Philadelphia Flyers acquired right wing Keith Jones from Colorado for left wing Sean Podine. The 30-year-old Jones had 2 goals and 2 assists in 12 games for the Avalanche. The 30-year-old Podine had 1 goal, and that was in 14 games for the Flyers. In Philly, Panthers and the Flyers, John Van Beesbrook hosting the old team, yeah. That's right, the Panthers. Second period, no score, and ex-Panther Jody Hull fires the puck on Kurt McLean. And on the rebound, Hull testing, but McLean getting the job done. Still no score. The second, Panthers on the power play. And Mark Parrish on the power play goal, 1-0 Panthers. Late in the second, still 1-0. Puck in the corner, Rob Niedermeyer feeding Parrish, who gets his 2nd of the night, 8th of the season. The Panthers take a 2-0 lead. And then less than 1:30 to go in the game. Panthers up 2-1. Peter Svoboda can't handle the puck. Van Beesbrook trying to leave the ice, give the Flyers the man advantage. Peter Worrell runs over the Beezer. And, well, then guess what? Unpleasantries are exchanged. Van Beesbrook would be okay, but still feeling a little bad as the Panthers pin a 2-1 victory on the Flyers. Flyers outshot the Panthers 40-15 in this one. But Philadelphia 0-5-2 in the last 7 games. Van Beesbrook has only 1 win in his last 8 starts. That's a 1-4-3 mark for him. Canadiens and the Islanders, Mike Milbury's Isles, 1-3 in their last 4 and looking to turn it around. Late in the first, no score. It's 4-on-4 and Ted Donato from behind the net to Jason Dawn. Barry Richter, the rebound, his first. 1-0 Islanders. Second period, Mariusz Czerkawski comes in, 1-on-2. A nice move to beat Jocelyn Thibault. 2-0 Isles. 4 minutes later, power play for the Isles. Richter to Claude Lapointe. In front to Czerkawski. Thank you very much. 2nd of the night, 3-0 Isles. And then 13 seconds into the 3rd, and
well, absolutely, because the visiting
Robert Reichel
has to put his stick on the ice first.
Able to set the puck a little bit and pop it in. Beating Thibault, his 4th of the year. That's the final 4-0. Tommy Salo made 21 saves for his league-leading 4th shutout. Salo has started all 16 games for the Islanders. Jocelyn Thibault made 21 saves for the Habs, but hasn't won since October 21st. Oilers and the Senators, second period, no score. Senators applying the pressure. Radim Bekanek taking the shot. Bob Essensa making the save. And watch Sean Brown high stick Daniel Alfredson to the eye. The cut, he received some stitches, did not return. We move to the 3rd period, no score, and Andreas Johansson against Essensa. His 7th of the year, 1-0 Senators. Same period, 14 seconds to go. Andrei Kovalenko's shot beating Ron Tugnut, his 6th of the year. We're all even. Another look at this one as Tugnut can't get the handle on it. That's how it would end, 1-1. The Edmonton Oilers unbeaten in their last 7 games against the Senators. Kovalenko has scored 4 goals in his last 5 games. Essenza made 33 saves in this one, including 27 over the final 2 periods. Tampa Bay defenseman Enrico Ciccone suspended a game and fined $1,000 by the NHL for elbowing Rangers center Marc Savard during the Lightning's 10-2 loss Tuesday.
Quite at the level of the Avalanche and Wings, but it's getting there. And Dallas owner Tom Hicks is doing his part, saying recently he thought the Stars were the better team, no longer scared of the 2-time defending champions, and he said it was the Stars' year to win the title. These comments were the result of a 3-2 Dallas win 14 days ago, and heading into Friday's rematch, Detroit's slightly irritated Joey Kocur said they might as well order those rings. Hope they fit when the time comes. At Joe Louis, Stars and Wings off the opening faceoff. The Wings turn it over, and Joe Nieuwendyk makes them pay. Just 7 seconds into the game, the fastest Stars goal in history. Later in the first, some rough stuff. Dan Kesmer slams the captain, Steve Yzerman, into the boards, and Darren McCarty immediately comes to his captain's aid, tackling Kesmer, and a scrum ensues. A bloody Yzerman needed stitches, but he came back to play. He's a hockey player. He's tough. Meanwhile, McCarty, not at all happy at Kesmer. Still first period. Daryl Sydor with the puck at the point, and he finds the back of the net, his 5th on the season. That was part of a 4-goal first period for Dallas. More rough stuff in the second. Hatcher cross-checks Chris Draper 6 times, and then Draper retaliates with 2 cross-checks to the back of Hatcher's head. Ouch. Then some more vicious play. Jamie Langenbrunner takes down Kirk Maltby. Then he takes him down again, and then here comes Joey Kocur, punching Langenbrunner with the left. Later in the second, it's now 4-1 Stars, and Mike Modano says make it 5-1. Beats Osgood, who had a tough night. 4th goal on the season for Modano, and the Stars skate to a 5-1 victory, and they win for just the 2nd time in their last 21 games. That includes playoffs in Motown. Nieuwendyk now has 39 points in 39 career games versus Detroit. Pens and Devils. Just over 5 minutes left in the game, tied at 3, when Randy McKay picks up the puck and he beats Tom Barrasso on the wraparound, his 2nd of the game, and the Devils win it 4-3. Chris Terreri stops 17 shots in winning his 3rd game in as many starts. Referee Paul Stewart, he was back on the ice for the first time since undergoing colon cancer surgery in June. Afterwards, he said, "Friday the 13th will always be my lucky day." Bees, Rangers at Madison Square Garden, and before the game, John McClain honored for playing in his 1,000th game earlier in the week. First period, no score, and Mike Richter keeps it that way, stoning P.J. Axelson. Later in the first, Bruins on the power play, and Kyle McLaren buries the rebound, 1-0 Boston. Second period, tied at 1 when Brian Leach finds McLean, and John McClain beats Byron Dafoe with the slapper. Third period, Steve Hines getting a little physical, frees up the puck, and Anson Carter with the shot. Richter saves it, but Hines right there for the rebound. Bruins down by just 1. Same score when the Rangers try to clear, but Don Sweeney takes the shot, and it goes off. Dmitry Kristich for the goal, 7th on the season for Kristich, and this one ends in a 3-3 tie. The Bruins are unbeaten in their last 4 games, 2-0-2 in that span, while the Rangers are 0-0-5 in overtime games this season.
Still ahead of us on ESPN News, we got some West Coast hockey coming.
Some hockey news and notes for you. The Blackhawks placed 9-time All-Star Chris Chelios on the injured reserve list with a pulled groin. The 3-time Norris Trophy winner will miss at least 3 games and won't be eligible to return until November 21st when the Hawks visit the Kings. Elsewhere, Daniel Alfredsson will miss at least 5 days with an eye injury after getting high-sticked by Edmonton's Sean Brown Thursday night. Alfredsson is suffering from bleeding in his eye. He will be reevaluated next week. And Gary Suter will miss the remainder of the season. He had surgery on his torn right tricep tendon before the season began, but developed an infection, so Suter will have to have surgery again.
Women's college basketball. With Teemu Selanne, the Ducks' 2nd leading scorer, out with a thigh injury, his line mate Paul Kariya will be counted on more than usual to provide some scoring. And why not? Kariya has 6 goals and 10 assists in the last 10 games, and he leads the Ducks with 17 points. Friday night, Kariya and the Ducks taking on the Canucks. First period, Kariya finds Marty McGinnis in front, and McGinnis finds the net, beating Garth Snow, 1-0 Ducks. Later in the first, we're still tied at 1 now when Jason Marshall centers it. Kariya tries it, no good, but Steve Ruchin is there to score. 2-1 Ducks after 1. Third period now. Peter Zezel centers to Bill McCall, and McCall beats Dominic Roussel to tie the game at 2. And then a minute and a half later, Brian McCabe with the shot. And the shot is redirected by Dave Scatchard for the goal. It's 3-2 Canucks, as they actually score 4 goals in the third to improve to 5-2-1 at home this season.
Lightning Avalanche, first period, Colorado up 1-0 and looking for more. Adam Deadmarsh past Darren Pupa, number 4 on the year for Deadmarsh. Colorado with that 2-0 lead. Later in the first, Alexei Gusarov. His first goal of the season and the first by a Colorado defenseman this season. 3-0 Avs. But wait, there's more. Colorado on the power play. Peter Forsberg, he had 2 assists. He also had 2 goals. He set up Deadmarsh for his second goal of the night. And Colorado up 4-1. The Avalanche go on to win it 8-1.
Second period, 5th of Flyers, 3rd of the season. Later in the third, Lindros into the zone, towards the net. Beats Brodeur 5-hole, 10th for the Big E. 3-1 Flyers, really poured it on in the third. Lindros surfing the net. www.thatwassick.com. 5-1 Flyers go on to win 6-1. Big game home to the Dallas Stars. Respond after beating Detroit. Joey Thornton, the maturation process of the 19-year-old continues. 223 in. He had 3 goals in 55 games last year, already with 2 this year. Thornton, a change-up goal, 1-0 Boston. Brett Hall now driving to the net. Look at Jason Allison of the Bruins. He kicks it in his own net. That ties the game at 1. Hall, 559th career goal, point number 998. Steve Hines breaking in alone, but Omen Turek is there, covering the ice. Meanwhile, old-time hockey. Allison throwing away Yuri Lettinen. Meanwhile, Joey Thornton played a very physical game, throws down Mike Keane. Meanwhile, Sergei Zubov. Ouch, we hate to see this, EJ. Dmitry Kristich, suspension maybe?
Maybe. Coley Campbell will probably get a look at that tape. When you go knee to knee like that, we saw Marchman do it. He got suspended, so perhaps that's the case for Kristich. Zubov, if he's out for any length of time, that hurts Dallas.
Kristich, of course, doesn't have the reputation Marchman has. Meanwhile, Hines again on the breakaway. No. Turek stacking the pads. No, EJ.
Roy Hines had a great night tonight. A couple of breakaways here. He goes to the backhand, but can't get it by Turek. And then Thornton comes in late, but Big Turek is there again.
Great end to end action in the second. The fans were going nuts. Defoe was playing well. Good save there. Meanwhile, Peter Ferraro to Rob DeMaio, who doesn't have a goal since last March the 26th. More body banging. Thornton and Hatcher going at it all night long. Hatcher the best of that there. Ray Bork tried to clear there. It hit the referee's skate, Richard Trottier, and then Brett Hall waits and beats Defoe. He goes down a bit early, EJ.
Yeah, well, I mean, Brett Hall's a great player. A little bad luck for Ray Bork there. Madonna, quick pass to Hall. Hall moves in. Look at him wait. Goal scorer, goal inside the post. Beautiful.
Just the pinch between your cheek and gum. Brett Hall's assist on Yuri Lettinen's empty netter was his 1,000th career point. Congratulations, Brett. His second goal, his 560th career, ties him with Giegel up behind the net. Greg Conroy, great play to Scott Peller. And EJ, what did Conroy do behind that cage?
Conroy, watch him with his stick there. He's going to pull the stick up of Dunham right there and makes a nice play, turns. There's Peller, and he finishes into the open net.
Great play by Conroy. Tough luck here for the Preds. Watch the centering pass from Portal to Dimitra actually hit the glove hand, actually from Dimitra to Turgeon, hit the glove hand of J.J. Daniel, goes in. Tough luck. Dimitra's 8th, 2-0 Blues. Meanwhile, still first, still 2-0. Power play, and look out. You can call him out. Goal number 278, 8th of the year. Second period, 3-1. Billy Peltman carrying the puck in. Great sweep check. Don't see many sweep checks from goalie Jay McClellan. Good job. Later second, more McClellan. Andrew Burnett, Greg Johnson, part of that first line with Kriza Krasov, and a good stymie there by McClellan. Later second, still 4-1. Chaser causing problems, and that was Pascal Rayom with the put-in rebound there, EJ.
Yeah, Rayom just big in front of that. One hand knocks it in. Daniel can't handle him.
Still third period now. It's 5-1. Tomas Vokoun in, takes over for Dunham. Maybe his first bad game of the year for Dunham. And Jeff Cortnell is denied by Vokoun. At the other end, Nashville power play again. Steve Krasov on the doorstep, but there's McLennan once again. No luck for Barry Trotz. The Blues are playing well. 4-1-3 in their last 8. What Steven Jenkins is to Third Eye Blind, Al McGinnis is to St. Louis. He leads all defensemen with 8 goals and 16 assists at the age of 35. Pavel Demitra, 8 points in 6 games. St. Louis plays 2 of their next 3 against the Predators. Here comes Ron Francis. Hasn't done much this year. However, he has a goal there. 4th of the year off Steve Duchesne's stick. Speaking of someone who hasn't done much for their team, Steve Duchesne, the Hurricanes up 3-1, again trying to stop that 3-game losing streak. Plenty more to come in this 1-hour edition of NHL Tonight. Billy Guerin loves to go to Phoenix and check out this one. And Darren Pupa gets to start for Tampa. First period, no score. Coyotes on the power play. Keith Tkachuk off to a good start. Fire one from the point. Pupa with a save. Then he stops the rebound. EJ Pupa's a good goalie, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a very good goalie. He had injuries, but he's come back this year playing strong.
Phoenix once again. More Pupa with some great saves there. Big man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a big, tall guy. I mean, he was a good goalie in Buffalo for many years. Went to Tampa, played well there. The biggest problem with him is injuries. If he can stay healthy, he's going to help you.
The Coyotes finally breaking through. Jeremy has spoken to Keith Tkachuk. And how many goals could a Tkachuk score if a Tkachuk could score goals? 1-0 Phoenix after 1. Second period, still 1-0 Tampa. Coughs it up. Tocchet throws on that Daniel Briere, the talented young Coyote, puts it in. 2-0. Phoenix, that's why they traded Ronnie, because of Briere's development. Still in the second, watch the play by Sandy McCarthy. McCarthy works in the zone, drops it back for Darcy Tucker, and he beats Jimmy Wade. 2-1 Phoenix. Tampa is in this game. In between periods, we have mascot hockey. We spot shadow Tony the Tiger, and this is just poor defense from Tony. He allows Captain Crunch in the top of the crease. Get him out of there! I love Crunch berries. Third period, Tampa looking for the equalizer. Mike McBain shoots. Wade has been hot. Still a 1-goal game. Later in the third, Tkachuk to Roenick, JR. Thayer Academy's Jeremy Roenick. 3-1, Phoenix. They go on to win 4-1. Phoenix 6-0-2 in their last 8. Their longest unbeaten streak since January of '93. Jimmy Waite now 3-0-1 in his 4 starts with a 0.73 goals against. After the whistle, ATW, Briere, a goal and assist. Tkachuk, a 4-game goal streak, also has 8 goals in his last 7 games. Coyote defense is the best, while Tampa spare a dime, and we have some empty seats for the game. First period, no score. Ed Jovanowski steals the puck. He'll skate right at Tom Barrasso, but Tom says you'll get nothing and like it. Terry Murray not happy at this juncture. Later in the first, still no score. Jaromir Jagr breaking through, linebacker on skates, shooting and saving. Dragged down by Ray Whitney. That's a penalty on Whitney. 5 seconds into the ensuing power play, nothing but net. Stu Barnes on the power play, 1-0 Penguins. Second period, Penguins up 2-0. Panthers, a horrible line change. And we're going to give Tom Barrasso an assist there on the Ron Brown goal after Renka with the pass. Barrasso's 46th career point, tied for first all-time on the goalie list. Peter Worrell drills Alex Morozov with an elbow. Bobby Dulles tries to peel linesman Tim Nowak off. Worrell to retaliate, but the Penguins are winners. 2 for Barnes, 1 for Brown. Barrasso, the third Penguin goalie to record a shutout in 3 weeks. O'Bannon and Osgood were the others. A lot of depth there. Barrasso misses 10 games with a groin injury. Now looking good. 31st career shutout. Panthers only at November.
They say, watch out for the devil and beware of the penguin, but it was, I think, a fine hockey game. There were a lot of pucks off the post, and I had some pretty close calls at the net. I had a couple of guys treating me like some old furniture.
That's right.
Obstruction, hook, 27 white.
I can tell you my next goal is to, like any player and any coach and any team, is to make it to the playoffs now.
That was my best call all year.
Stewie's the best. He's 43. He was prompted to get a physical after realizing his symptoms were similar to the husband of NBC's Katie Couric, who died of colon cancer. Stewart is still undergoing chemotherapy. Well, run and gun hockey at its finest. Nobody has scored more goals than Toronto Maple Leafs, 54 in 16 games. And a game after getting 10 in Chicago, they return home to play the Senators, a team they haven't beaten in 3 years, and a team who has lost Daniel Alfredsson again to injury, this time with a bleeding eye after getting a stick in it from Edmonton's Sean Brown, who has been suspended for 3 games. Before the game, Some legends honored: Howie Meeker, Michel Goulet, Peter Stastny. They're being inducted to the Hall of Fame on Monday. First period, no score, groovy kind of glove from Damian Rhodes as he robs Ty Domi. Rhodes had 14 saves in the first. Curtis Joseph also looking good. 13 saves in the first, no score after one. Two good goalies. Pat Quinn impressed. Of course, he has two good goalies on his team. Second period, no score. How good has Steve Thomas been this year for the Maple Leafs? He began his career in Toronto, and who knows, he may finish it there. 7th goal of the year, and the Leafs take a 1-0 lead. Third period, Sens on the power play down 1-0. Andreas Johansson slap shot. Eventually, he's going to go to Chris King, and Chris King scores. Second of the season. Leafs go up 2-0, and they win 2-1. Karpotsov, by the way, the Maple Leaf defenseman, he is out 4 to 6 weeks with a broken thumb. It's just the second win for the Leafs against the Eastern Conference. Oh, by the way, the Toronto Sun is reporting the Leafs have set a November 26th deadline to trade goal.
There, first period, no score. Paul Coffey turns it over, and Magnus Arvidsson's shot gets past a diving Mark Fitzpatrick, but Coffey is there. No score after one. Third period, tied at 1, and the Blackhawks on the power play. Sean Van Allen, the loose puck, skates in on Fitzpatrick, and Senators 2-1 on Van Allen's second goal. Same Blackhawks power play. And Doug Gilmour's shot deflected by Eric Daze past Damian Rhodes. Daze's fifth, and the game ends in a 2-2 tie. The Senators are 0-3-3 in their last 6 games. The Blackhawks winless in their last 10. Canucks leading the Avalanche 1-0 in the third period when Joe Sakic out in front and popping it toward the net, and Adam Deadmarsh there for the rebound to get his 6th of the season. And then with the game even later in the third, Peter Forsberg says, I think I can maybe get this one. He doesn't, but guess who does? When the Islanders came calling Friday night, the Stars lacking some luster with knee injuries, sidelining left wing Yuri Lettinen and defenseman Sergei Zubov. The good news for the Stars, they'd won the last 4 meetings in the series, and the Isles had never won in Dallas. That's where they got together, and that is Wade Flaherty in the net for the Isles. First time in 18 games Tommy Salo's not started. First period, no score, and moving it around, and Joe Nieuwendyk there for number 5 on the season, 1-0 Stars. Second period, Stars again, this time on the power play. Sergei Gusev with the shot from the point, and Pat Verbeek on the rebound. Number 4 on the season, 2-0 Stars. Third period, Isles down 3-1. Brian Berard shoots over to Robert Reichel. It goes, and Mariusz Czerkawski beats Eddie Belfour, his 5th, 3-2 Stars. That was the score late in the third when Hull from behind the net to Sidor. Number 6 on the season of the Stars, 4-2 winners. Islanders have never beaten the Stars in Dallas. Last time they got a road win against this franchise came in 1993 when the Stars were in Minnesota. The Stars have won 5 straight over the Islanders, and the Stars 2 for 6 on the power play. Eddie Belfour needing to stop just 15 shots for the victory. Senators and Caps. First period, no score. Senators pushing it up, and Sergei Gonchar back from 10 days with a bad knee, and he loses it, but Steve Martins doesn't. He finds the net, his 2nd of the year, 1-0 Senators. Late in the first, Brendan Witt hitting Sean Van Allen, so Chris Murray comes over and says, hey, Brendan, got a bone to pick with you. Got a couple of bones. Maybe in your face I can find them. They go toe-to-toe before finally icing down. Second period, 2-0 Senators. Chris Simon the shot. No, but Peter Bondra. He's there. Bondra's 6th of the year, 2-1 Senators. 2 minutes later, Alexei Yashin in by himself against Rick Tabaracci. Number 3 on the season, and Ottawa snapping a 6-game winless streak. The Caps are the defending Eastern Conference champs, but they're just 2-6-2 at the MCI Center this season. Damian Rhodes with 33 saves. Caps winger Richard Zednik suspended 4 more games. All of this without pay for Wednesday night's high stick on Toronto's Daniel Markov. Also, he was fined the maximum of $1,000. More hockey news for you. Los Angeles Kings forward Matt Johnson suspended pending a hearing with the league Monday for his Oilers. And Mikhail Stalenkov facing his former team, the Ducks, early on. Dean McCammon with a nice touch pass to Pat Falloon, who scores number 5 on the season, 1-0 Oilers. Ducks come back. Paul Kariya centers to Antti Aalto. His first NHL goal, the assist, Kariya's 300th career point. We're tied at 1. Second period, two-man advantage for Edmonton. Roman Hamrlik the blast, and Andrei Kovalenko the deflection for his 7th. 2-1 Oilers after 2 later in the third. Marty McInnes feeding Kariya from behind the net. He gets his 10th, an 8-game scoring streak for Kariya, tied